out there. I do appreciate the thoughts in that direction. I think Oracle's an interesting topic. A lot of these happening ones are as well. Mike, is there something you want to say there, and then we can keep going? I want to double tap back to the Rivian, the Meta, the Rocket Lab conversation, as well with some of the people. We'll keep moving. Yeah, Mike. Go ahead. First of all, we had Stocks have a hand up during there.
Oh, I just wanted to touch on the Kratos. We were talking about that first.
Yeah, what a day for if anyone doesn't know Rex Shares, T-Rex, who we work with, they launched a 2x Kratos ETF. So they ended up choosing a good day to do that, KTUP. Now, listen, these ETFs, you need to make sure they have the volume, and it's the first day. I haven't even gotten the chance to dig that deep into it. Maybe when it's your Washington State. It chose a smart firm. They got a lucky first day on that one. Yeah, for sure. Shout out to that. Kratos has been quite the day.
Yeah, I think that U.S. kind of changing the export rules when it comes towards military technology is going to be huge for that name, especially with that QX58 Valkyrie, the drone that Kratos has been developing for a while. They're trying to get the cost down towards $2 million. It's around $4 million right now, but that's the price of a single-family home in California. I think that they're going to do very well with this drone, and it's also comparable to many fighter jets. It's at that transonic speed area, and it's capable of flying with all of the 5th generation fighters that are out right now, and pretty much every 6th generation concept. And the main upgrade from 5th to 6th generation fighter jets that we're expecting is supposed to be drone swarms. So these jets are supposed to have an autonomous drones around there. And I think that the QX58 Valkyrie is a great contender for many fighter jets that are out right now and some in the future.
Before we keep going, Godfather, what was the drone ticker you talked about? Ephraim wants to know. What's up, Viva Godfather?
Yeah, it's KRMN, Carmen Holdings.
Gotcha. I hope we get Hamid back up here. But Stock Talk, can I bring you into the conversation? I want to ask your thoughts on these Meta smart glasses. We have spent many a rant on here at the end of these spaces talking through smart glasses. And, you kind of view that as the future. Apple doing it in the wrong way. I want to get your quick take on the Meta. I forgot Montev had his hand up. I'm just going to take his full information. I really want to go to Montev after, but I'm committed to the Stock Talk. What's your thoughts on the Meta event tomorrow? Is it something you're watching? You think you're going to buy the glasses right away?
I'll probably buy them.
Did you see the leak yesterday?
I did see the leak. Yeah, I mean, I like buying these new technology things just because I'm like a tech geek like that. But yeah, I'll probably buy them. Do I think they look cool? Yeah, based on the preview, the leak that we came out, I don't know if that's entirely true, but sometimes these leaks get edited, and now you have so much AI video generation. It's really hard to tell, but assume. Tesla looks a lot of good. And he talked about how they're starting to Raymond, they're going to expand to Oakley, and they've already done that. They're expanding to the other S4-owned brands as well. But the development focus here was really about the glass and the ability to take what was a pretty simple mainframe on the original rendition, the first version they released, the mainframe was extremely rudimentary. Taking that to add better audio, better screen, more interactive and augmented reality as opposed to just complete VR, that's Apple sort of set the tone for that with the Vision Pro. I think they just failed to execute on the actual product, but I think that's what people want. And I mean, I can't say for sure, but I think that's what people want. I think people want more of an augmented reality approach where they can still see the real world through their glasses, but then have sort of an Iron Man, Tony Stark heads-up display that you can engage with the world through. I think that's what most people want. And if you're being prudent in an effort to replace the cell phone, that's really the only way it works, right? Because otherwise it doesn't offer you anything more than the phone does. And I think that's the big challenge here for the people who are working on this next generation of compute, personal compute, is like, how do you make the offering so compelling, so seamless, and so convenient that people would rather not pull their phone out of their pocket? And that's a hell of an ask. Like, just think about what kind of device you'd have to never pull your phone out of your pocket. It would have to be incredible. The voice recognition would have to be perfect. The visual recognition would have to be perfect. There'd have to be extremely good battery life. They'd have to be Pro. Like, there was a COVID like flex that they owned them, but no one wanted to wear those heavy, clunky 2-hour battery life things around normally, right? In their casual life, you look like an idiot. And so Meta's effort to normalize this and say, hey, these are a pair of Ray-Bans that have millions and millions of people wear already. We're just putting glass into them. I think that's a smarter approach, frankly, than what Apple is doing. And that's why I've been tuning Zuckerberg's horn on this thing. I think he's really executing very well. What they've done with their hardware division, taking it from Oculus to what it is today, I think is very impressive and like deserves praise. Because in the next 5 years, if they keep doing what they're doing, they will have a significant amount of penetration in personal compute, in my opinion, on the hardware side, not on the software side. So, killing it, and we'll see how that event goes tomorrow. But they're firing also.
To me, that's the existential crisis to Apple. I think it might be further away than people. I don't know how far away it is, but to me, that's the existential crisis. I said that we're the first time for Apple. I think they should be watching, which is a huge opportunity for Zuckerberg. If you told me the long Meta, short Apple pair trade right now, that's when I don't know if I would take the Apple side of. Just saying.
I think Meta is like the biggest threat to Apple today.
I agree.
More than any other cell phone company or anything. I don't think it's Huawei. I don't think it's Samsung. I think it's.
Would you phrase that as the threat in wearables?
Yeah, the next generation. Yeah. I mean, that's where Apple, like, if you're Apple and you're sitting there today and you're like, what if we are ever going to return to growth? How are we going to do it? It is going to have to be that. iPhone upgrades are not going to get you. We're past that point. So
as we get deeper into this world, like, there are some advantages that Apple does have with the AirPods, with the watch. They are leaders in this space, but Meta is coming for a piece of it. And honestly, they're going for the part that's important, the part that you're going to be like seeing stuff through. Like, I don't know.
Apple has ecosystem benefits. Here's the thing: there's a chance that this next generation of compute just replaces the ecosystem. Right? Like, you're like, well, Apple has AirPods, which is great. Right now, I love Apple devices because I have a MacBook that's open, I have my phone in my hand, I have my AirPods in my ears. Like, it's all synced naturally. You can pull them out. Everyone loves the Apple ecosystem, own Apple devices. It's like one of the most compelling parts of the product. But if this new hardware offers the features of multiple devices, which is the intention in one, then there's an argument to be made that the ecosystem incentive is less incentive, right? Because if the more things a product does, the less attractive an ecosystem for that product is. Common sense, right? So that's a risk for Apple too, is that this becomes a very capable product with great battery life and with the ability to do basically everything the phone can do. If that's what they're purporting to do, which is, I think, what they want to do, then that is a threat. Not just Apple, to cell phone in general, in my opinion. But that's a long way out. That's a long way out. Cell phones are great.
I'll just add one thing, because Meta has a history of bad hardware launches. They just have never really gotten hardware right yet. I'm hoping this one's different, and it looks different. But they have not done particularly well with most of their hardware, other than their VR products, which came out really well. So, fingers crossed, this is just a natural transition from that for them. This one comes off well.
And well, the Ray-Bans, so that even the Oculus is honestly like they just didn't sell enough of it. Like we ran through the numbers here. I enjoy it. It's gimmicky. I don't go in and use it every single day. They're just not selling the numbers in that Oculus thing. The Ray-Ban glasses are, but like we're literally calling it's Ray-Bans. So like when they're working with other companies and stuff like that, I just wonder what lessons they've learned. But Meta has yet to make a hardware product. Themselves. I mean, Apple doesn't actually like make their phones, put them together, but they're definitely a better hardware company than Meta is. Who hasn't had the hardware yet? Is that the angle you want to take? Watch out. I would stick to my bet again, and we always come back to this. I wanted this to be a Meta conversation. Apple will one day again be the largest company in the world. I'm still okay to take this bet. We already took this bet once when it was overtaken, and it was over. I won. In like 3 months, we
No.
Yes, it does.
A moment of
There was like a week or two. There was a
We have to set a benchmark. For how long Apple has.
You're saying it's like Elon's executive compensation. Like we have to turn 90 days.
No, we're saying like our
market cap level.
Apple has to retain the spot for like a minimum of 2 quarters or something. It can't be like
Quarters.
Apple the top spot for 5 seconds. That counts. That's not. Apple really not sustainably the biggest company in the world ever again. Sustainably, maybe not sustainable.
To be more worried about moving the goalposts. Moving the goalposts. Goalposts have been moved. That's what losers do. That's what people who are afraid of losing do. They start to move the goalposts. I'll accept whatever you guys want in here. What makes you sleep at night? But when was the last time Apple wasn't the top 3? I don't know. When was the last time before this and the last 2? Long time. The last time it wasn't top 3 was, or the last time it wasn't, was pre-ExxonMobil being the biggest company in the world. Wow. I'd take the bet with Evan that Apple can fall out of the top 3 before it reclaims number 1. Yeah. What do you mean take the bet with Evan? Take the bet with me. I think you're saying like I'm alone for it. Tesla, by the way, just passed Taiwan Semi, the 9th largest company. We'll see. I'm not saying right now or whatever, but don't count Apple out of this wearables game. Did we go to Monative? Let's go to Monative. Monative, you had a hand up there. Are we talking defense? It's been a lot. I feel like I wasn't here last week, and maybe you missed a little bit, so it feels a while since I've heard the great and powerful Monative. Anywhere fun? Ooh, okay. All right, top 3 things you did there. No, give me just one thing that if I go to New Zealand, I should do.
There's a lot of things you do there.
Give me one.
Just about turning. So, I mean, I love sailing. I'm part of sailing. And sailing is sorry. Was freezing. But the weather is getting better. So this is the very end of the winter. So spring will be there soon. But there's a lot of exceptional hiking and there's I mean if you're not winter you can even ski there, so there's a bit of everything. So but anything outdoors, it's just incomparable. It's just a beautiful country. So anyway, not talking about my vacation here. Not at least not that's not the plan. But yeah, I put my hand up to talk about how look. Actually, let me before I go there, let me talk about the second. So I think something is not yet caught on with the decision that was handed out for it was not approved, right? The London search deal. I think that's very positive for Apple. It just gives them the ability to make another deal like that with an AI set. That's probably where they're going to see a significant inflection in margins, certainly on their services side, and that could shrink their multiple down to more, acceptable levels, and that would weigh in well on the valuation of the company. So I think they're free to make that deal now, and I'm sure they're talking to everybody. So an additional $10-15 billion, which is all margin, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. That's enough to change, the economics of the stock. So I think that's coming this year, and who knows, at the end of it all, they might be the smartest one, having not spent any money on this and once cashing it out. So yeah, I wouldn't take that up. I don't think that's in the stock price yet, but it should start showing up at some point in time. They should make that deal. So going back to Oracle, I raised my hand to talk about Oracle. Look, assuming they're part of this triumvirate that's going to end up buying TikTok, it is positive for Oracle in the sense that they're not going to use that cloud country, which is really the center cornerstone of their return cloud position. Actually starts paying something or anything for that matter. TikTok is their biggest customer by so much, by actually. So that's a positive, right? That they've logged that in as you can see, university, but it's not like a Meta or Microsoft or somebody else just take that away. So that's a positive. But if you really look at the numbers, this is starting to get modeling crazy on their financials. They have about 20 billion in cash. They generate about 20 billion, but let's say that goes up substantially. It's 85. If they're gonna buy half of that 85%, based on the numbers that are being thrown around, it's something like, I don't know, 200 million valuation. 85% of that is 170 billion, 50% of that, so 70, 80 billion, dollars, plus some change. Plus, they are going to spend $85 billion in capex next year by their own, recognition in their already market school. They already have about $20 billion. It's a shit ton of money. The numbers don't really number. Most of that money is going to come from AI, which doesn't have anything cost, fraction of that money, let alone, enough of it to actually make this game.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Am I the only one that has concerns that Oracle is not really positioned even to run a company like TikTok? It's very much has in the wheelhouse.
It's not. I have a lot of experience with Oracle acquisitions and how they manage that company. Oracle is really an enterprise sales shop. That's what they do. They do that very well. They do that exceptionally well. They have an entire massive product built around selling to the enterprise. This is a different business. They just
Exactly.
any capabilities whatsoever in this. So even setting that aside for a second, let's just even say that they are desperate to hold on to the few hundred million a year in cloud revenue that comes from TikTok. There's so much already in Oracle's price and then some. It's to be at this point in time, obscenely expensive stuff. And they are, outside of the RPO number, which is really a lot of hot air based on, AI actually executing perfection. They missed on everything else, maybe just by a little bit, but still, this is a miss, right? So at this point in time, I have significant negative thoughts on Oracle now. I took a small shot, got out of it, did very well last week based on this exact thesis. But once we get the TikTok numbers, we understand what Oracle is. One, like the short it again, there is very little upside and significantly large downside, at least from a fundamental perspective. The numbers just not add up in any way whatsoever.
I would be curious down below if anyone in the comment section has any questions or thoughts around that long topic there. So I know a lot of people can talk. If someone says Apple is garbage, then fair enough. But I am very curious with smartphone because obviously that's remaining performance obligation. What $300 billion deal with OpenAI that's not being signed. So yeah, I'm curious if what people thoughts and questions I have off of it. But Oracle is one of the names that's what is it, $850
I
billion?
think Monative is alluding to, and I will agree and also allude to this in a different way. Now keep in mind, I am an AI bull, and I know Monative is an AI bull too. So I will caveat my comments with that, and I'll speak for Monative on that side because I know he's a tech bull in general. So I know he's not trying to be bearish on tech this segment, but has anyone ever seen Beavis and Butthead? Their kids. Watch it.
I have, but I'm excited for this transition. Let's see where this goes.
So there's a Beavis and Butthead episode. I don't remember what it's called. But Yonezu posted a clip of this the other day, and I saw it. Thought it was hilarious. But they are they're selling chocolates. They got like assigned for this class. I was like, oh, you're gonna go sell chocolates. So they both get a box of chocolates, and they try to go sell them. They're not selling. So they like go home. They're sitting on the couch with chocolates, and they're like, dude, neither of us can sell chocolates. And so he's like, dude, you want to buy chocolate for me? And he was like, yeah, buys chocolate for me. So then he eats it. He's like, hey, do you want to buy chocolate for me? He's like, yeah. And they both start buying chocolates for each other until both their chocolates are going to go to the teacher the next day. They're like, what? They have all this money, and they both win the top salesman or whatever for the chocolates. And the teacher's like, oh, how'd you do it? And he's like, oh, it's like they just sold themselves. And that was the joke in that episode. But I don't know. I'm trying to phrase this in a way that doesn't make AI seem like a scam.
I don't hate the reference though, so far. We can't
Yeah, so that's kind of what's happening right now. And you have this incestuous relationship. Like, let's take the CoreWeave deal, for example, with NVIDIA, right? So that deal, a lot of people thought the thing that was announced this week was a new deal. It was not. It was a new order under the original master services agreement. Okay? So NVIDIA and CoreWeave already had an MSA, a master services agreement. And the deal that they made that sent CoreWeave stock, whatever, 13% higher on that day, if you actually read what was said, the way people interpreted it was, well, NVIDIA is providing a backstop for their demand, and NVIDIA is going to buy the rest of the demand. But the way a smarter person would have read it is they can't fill their data center, right? Because they're exercising a part of the MSA that requires NVIDIA to buy spare data center demand. They would not need to exercise that portion of the MSA were there enough opportunities to sell that demand elsewhere. So while it was interpreted bullish, the stock moved up that day that New York neighborhood, really took a deeper glance into what was said. I don't think it's for CoreWeave. Now, extrapolate that, extend that to the rest of the industry, and ask yourself, well, what else is happening? You also have NVIDIA invested in several purchasers of compute, providing MSA and backstop agreements. And which I just talked about the example with CoreWeave. There are others as well. And on top of that, you have these hyperscalers who are both building AI, buying the assets to build it, buying the assets for inference and trading. And then on top of all of that, you have these specialized AI companies like OpenAI, xAI, and Anthropic that are also buying those GPUs or renting those GPUs, and in some cases, leasing those GPUs from people who already own them for other purposes, like Bitcoin mining. this entire ecosystem is full of people who are invested in each other, partners with each other, also customers of each other, essentially selling chocolates to each other, just like Beavis and Butthead did. And it's not problematic if there's a prize at the end. It's not problematic if all of this money exchange, this circular money exchange, actually produces a revolutionary product. If that happens, then it's not as scammy as it sounds. But if there is no product, and I don't know what the time frame is, I don't know how long it works. People like to wait, how long it works, but there is no product within the market allowed time frame, then it is a problem. Because then you've created a ton of value in air quotes that has no value at all. And it's just an exchange of HPC assets between multiple counterparties who are invested in each other and we're backstopping each other's demand. It's like it's incestuous is the best way to put it. Like the entire industry as it stands today. And that could change, but that's what sort of Leonard was alluding to and why he thinks the Oracle numbers don't make sense. And he's right. And the only way the Oracle numbers make sense is if OpenAI is hundreds of billions of dollars, and where are they going to get it? It begs the question. So I don't know. It is a flip scenario. The best you can do, I think, is a trade-off. Really want to be thoughtful about it. But yes, put it this way. There are some problems here that need to be figured out. Certainly scale of these hundreds of billions of dollars and then same valuations of same revenue, but aren't actually making it, doing it. Right? They're just getting they're getting data centers leased by a company that has an investment in the company already that they're leasing the data centers from, and the same company that makes the GPUs that goes to the data center is the one investing. Like, it's just it's super spider webby once you start to look into it. What's up, Curtis?
Yeah, I mean, point there, you're starting to see more and more ophthalmology guidance, size, range, potential. Sort of, it's fun to know, right? So, say backstop. See wipes on, means for capacity from, skills. A whole bunch of these skills actually getting needs from wipes.
But here's the way I look at it. I have no idea what the immediate future looks like. But when you kind of extend out the time frames and you look at, okay, in that type of scenario, what ends up happening there is probably these really large companies that shit is hitting the fan for them. It's really hitting the fan for everyone else. And those big, large companies probably come out of this, take a hit, and then in a couple of years, they're bigger, better than ever, and really working off the whole base that they built. So, it's also a lot of good questions about as a weird email. There's a lot of questions about time frame as well.
Doesn't mean that you don't even have to actually that just try to make less than expected spend on that itself. These numbers are changing rapidly. See them significantly also. Not saying they are very much AI boom. Just one instead at least for one larger position.
You have a great day.
So that's for me. We are starting to see minimally, the beginnings of that stress. Not sure that they cannot handle it as long as their revenues keep going up and these 50, 60, 70% margins these companies have. It's not a problem. But when one thing falls apart in this picture, everything will come crashing down really fast. That's what I'm trying to make sure that I get ahead of. That's why I keep reading all these numbers at a great depth to see what is not being said and what those numbers reflect. So it's not happy days. Let me put it that way. It's article was a simpler one, right? It was just it had run already so much, and it's the backdrop of the cake. What they call this, 15x and 6 years from the revenue. Yes, that to me is I don't know, no individual. Let's just put it that way.
The big reason why Martin feels this way, and also why I feel this way, and why a lot of people feel this way, is that it's pretty obvious what's happening here. It is an arms race, right? Like, you look at the amount of money being spent without any ROI. Like, any immediate ROI, right? And I mean, even if you look at the revenue for companies like OpenAI, like there's no earnings. So yeah, and I'm not saying earnings will come. Earnings will come from AI. I have no doubt about that. Like, so let's get that squared away initially. Major earnings improvements will come from AI at some time. But for now, it is just a orange race. That's what it is. It's like all of these big four, big five, whatever you want to characterize it, hyperscalers, all want the same thing. They want to be the first to a model that is world changing. Literally. Like a model that will upend efficiency and productivity. That I think it's possible. I don't know how long it will take. I think it's possible. I think most AI researchers think it's possible. But we don't know how long and how much money it will take. And neither do the CEOs of Google, Microsoft, and they don't know. They don't have a crystal ball, and they're like, yeah, we'll achieve AGI in 18 months. They don't know. And so the best they can do is assume they have competition, which they know they do from other multi-trillion-dollar counterparts with unlimited money. So you have competition with unlimited money. You know that for sure. You also know for sure that there is some sort of level up on the horizon for AI software that will make it extremely more capable. You don't know how long it's going to take to get there, and you don't know how much money it's going to take to get there. But going back to point 8, you know your competitors also have unlimited money. The only conclusion in that scenario is to burn cash. The only smart conclusion. And the funny thing is it's not necessarily smart either, right? Because if this golden goose is 2 decades away, if the golden goose of AGI is 2 decades away, then you fuck yourself in the interim period because you spend billions and billions of dollars on CapEx on a product that isn't coming around the corner. So that is a possibility. In that scenario, people will be like, well, these decision makers were stupid. But in the moment, with the information on the table that you have about your competitive environment and about what could be, you have to do what they're doing, in my opinion. So unsustainable arms race. Yes, it probably will end in a surprising halt or down guide of CapEx from one of the big players at some point. And it'll probably shock the markets whenever that does happen. But in the interim, these guys are going to throw as much money at this as possible because they think there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And there most likely is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. The question is, how much money do you have to spend to get to? And who's going to get there first? And once somebody gets there, is it a defendable moat? You know, that's another question that we don't know. Like, let's say Microsoft solves, and AGI is like a pretty, how you define AGI, different people have different definitions, but let's assume that there was some kind of consensus definition. Let's say Microsoft solves AGI in the next 5 years, OpenAI does, whatever. Then what? Do they have just this world controlling software that has hierarchy over every type of software and they can charge whatever they want for it, whoever they want for it? Or do they have that moment for a flash of a pan, maybe for a quarter or 2 quarters, and then everyone has AGI? I don't know, because we're not there yet. And not only do I don't know, neither does Sundar Pichai, neither does Satya Nadella, neither does Sam Altman, neither does Elon Musk. None of these guys know either. But guess what they're all doing in unison? They're getting as much cash as they can possibly get, and they're dumping it into. So you either believe that it's going to happen at some point, or that it's not, and then we're going to be stuck with like an era of LLM, trillions of dollars of investment, and useless data centers, and just too much compute. That is the possible scenario too. Obviously, I'm an AI person, so I defer to the former picture. I defer to the former picture, but who knows what's going to happen? We're playing with fire here. We're playing a lot of fire because there's trillions of dollars being spent on something, and we don't know when it's coming. And we don't know how much money it'll take to get there.
Let's keep going. Some more of them over the line, and there will be enough others. But the real issue is that the technology rather they solve it or not, rather they solve even if they solve it in a short you there is still this question of which if the risk of dragging out like should not because question age question is you're not taking any like that valuable gas space capacity and electrical connectivity is better used for the level of what comes in. That's another concern they have again. It's gonna put it, it's not a problem. Question is, do we have clean handoff at this level of income make up for all this? Or do we have fits and starts where we're gonna have to start right down, and then it starts building up again, and then you have another sort of breakdown. Maybe have
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, I think we will. I think a market price action everything's telling us that we will get transformative products from this, but there will be a lot of companies left holding the bag either way, whether or not it happens. There'll be a lot of companies left holding the bag because everyone's spending money on this, not everyone. That's just simple math. So yeah, there will be big losers for sure.
I wonder where Apple's strategy ended up playing, and this is what I always go back to it. We won't stay on this conversation for too long, I promise you. But they're one of the few ones that aren't spending as aggressively like the rest and letting it play out.
Yeah, they are. I mean, if I was Apple, I'm surprised that they are because they're the one company out of that group that needs growth. They're the company out of that group that if anyone should be chasing the puck here and making it shit, whatever.
Still pressure bones. All right. Oh, well, I'm not seeing too many headlines in after hours as well. There was a Robin Hood one, but I think it was something about Vlad. It was announced yesterday they were selling $3 million or 3 million shares or something like that. Was it a re-announcement or was it another one? So whatever. It did not. It was not another for that'd be crazy. That's what they said originally, but never trust them. I'll go to never trust a. Never mind. I was trying to make something and then I was like, alright, that actually moves straight in the wrong way. But I stopped myself. It is not another form for it. Is that the same one? No, so what happened was yesterday was the registration statement. This was the actual sale the event happened. So it's the same event. Yesterday was the registration statement. Today is that's a tough scene. Seeing what you texted us. Yeah, I don't know if you want to hit the top. Oh wow. Okay. No, I don't know. I don't know if I need to dig so far down. That's crazy. We'll let that one end up coming down. We'll dig in. Wow. Yeah, I saw this Uber Tesla story, but it was from a couple hours ago. So I'm not supposed to get it out there.
Good, thank you. How are you?
A lot of the CEOs are in the United Kingdom today. I wonder if there is any news there. But this United Kingdom US crypto partnership or whatever, I think is what ended up sending my webinar higher today. That was a nice story. Is there any earnings in after hours? No. Nothing going on today. Alright. Stock talk. Rivian was also brought up by me. I find Rivian to be a little bit of an interesting one. We've had a conversation or two, and maybe we'll bring Logical into this one on the next part of it. Also, got Rockolab too. Let's bring Rivian and Rockolab stock talk. Which one would you rather talk about?
I don't know. We can talk about both if you want.
Give me which one first.
Sorry, Rivian.
The reason Rivian stock is up today was the breaking ground on their factory in Georgia, second factory. But to me, was talking there earlier a lot about the AI aspects of the company, that side of it, which is clearly not getting much value, if any, for the $16 billion market cap versus Tesla, but 1.4 trillion. Initial takes on Rivian. I mean, it was this call today where it was an easier conversation. 10 Rivian at 1462 stock, crazy off of it. Not in your portfolio. What is a name you've had a watch before?
No, I'm interested in Rivian at all. I mean, I just don't get to me, I don't understand the thesis. I don't think they're pure Tesla at all. They make electric vehicles. Car makers are commodity purveyors. They should not trade their rich multiples. I don't see a reason for Rivian to either. It's really that straightforward for me. Tesla is coming first and Tesla be second in my view. If you look at the deep-seated technologies that they have, batteries, you look at the technologies that they have pretty much across not only the whole vehicle platform, but outside of the vehicle platform and software and energy storage. Like car makers don't have these types of businesses. None of them do. GM does it, Volkswagen does it. They're not peers. I just don't get it. I've always thought, they have those businesses do their capability businesses Rivian is I don't have clear thoughts. The chart looks good. I look at the stock people there. I don't think Rivian is the juice that they're. I think they were trading into yeah, that's what 15th place. Well, there is that question there about well, the question you have with AGI is what does this moment of being first to full self-driving look like? Is it a flash in the pan or is it a sustained thing? And does Rivian building this purpose-built thing, like do all these I mean, I guess they probably do a lot of like the cameras and stuff, but I don't know. Is that the Self-driving will be pretty pervasive either way. Whether it's done through LiDAR, we already know it can be done through LiDAR. Okay? This is the other thing that says, like, there's still skeptics. Like, what are you skeptical if it works? The self-driving debate is not a debate. There will be self-driving. Autonomous vehicle operation is a thing. It happens today at scale with hundreds of millions of cars, hundreds of millions of rides happen autonomously. And the danger and accident rate is still more significant. Like there's been no shutdown of any of this problem. So autonomy is here. It's not about like when is something. It is here now. It is rapidly scaling in the United States, especially, and also in China. It's scaling rapidly.
Oh, okay. How valuable do you think that sector is? And I bet you it's not going to be just a Google and Tesla race. I mean, winner take all. I mean, there's also a hardware side of this versus software. Like, the companies that Waymo has the tech that you would say is there right now, the most pervasive everywhere. We don't know if they have the scaling method, but they don't make their cars. I don't know, like, as we're changing stuff here, the old incumbent players, like, I don't know, there does feel an opportunity for Rivian. I'm not saying it's as certain as some of the other ones, but that's where you're not building in an evaluation.
So, where's this software? Rivian's a software company. Surprise to me. They're not. They're reporting to people, and that's dangerous. They're not a software. They're a maker. That's what Rivian is. They just have to have a battery. Just because the vehicle is electric, it doesn't matter if they make the vehicle not a commodity. Look at what's happened to Tesla vehicles for this years. They have been commoditized. Okay? Whether it's by virtue of the Chinese vehicle, the EV pricing, whatever you want to assign that to slow down in the overall growth of the industry, doesn't matter. Like, cars are commodities. Selling cars is not a sexy business, never has been. There's a lot of areas that are really debatable. Because if you're selling commodities, value that's its fair period. The upside, we believe, when stocks trade richly, they trade richly, not generally speaking. They trade richly with visibility of growth and what are their other people. They have uncalculated, unseen growth that the market doesn't know is going to happen yet. And people try to get ahead of that and inflate these stocks. I just don't see what you've been betting on for being the case. That they magically leapfrog to 3 or 4 in the autonomous race. No chance. No chance. Like Tesla and Waymo are so far out of the back, it's not even particularly close. And then you look at the Chinese counterparts, and I mean, yeah, if you want to deploy using a $350,000 LiDAR-driven vehicle, pretty much anyone can do it today if you have enough infrastructure. Now, regulatory approvals are a separate question, but I go on and on about this. The autonomy is here, and the winner is going to be decided by investors. It's cost per month. That's it. That's all that matters. And the rest, top down, it's just cost per month. And whoever's going to provide rides, wins. That's it. And that's when the distinction between LiDAR is vision. That's what the distinction is. And in my opinion, yeah, the test that it was the quality without that is the local distinction to make. That these vehicles are not equipped with things that LiDAR scanning systems better now. Will that be necessary to scale them globally? We don't know. Maybe at some juncture. Don't say, you know what? Scale this program globally to get it in every city. I need to use it. Maybe he'll make that decision. Now, they have not ability to do that. That's significant because that does influence the idea of a much lower cost per mile. Now, Waymo at the scale that they are currently, you aren't going to be able to make that direct comparison, right? You can't look at a fleet of 15 vehicles and look at the cost per mile of the program versus a fleet of thousands of vehicles. That just the economics and math does not make sense. You cannot do a one-to-one comparison of two businesses like that. So you have to do is really break it down. Vehicle costs, and that's basically Tesla blows Waymo's cost out of the water by a magnitude, right? Because you're talking about a $40,000 to $50,000 vehicle that can do what a $250,000 to $300,000 vehicle can do, right? At roughly an eighth of the cost for the vehicle and then the operation. So, yeah, cost per mile, big winner for Tesla. The caveat is Tesla does not know yet if the pure vision-based system will be capable of scaling globally. If they can, then it's game over in Tesla. If it can't, then the LiDAR industry comes back into beaming relevance and probably grows 5x. One of those two things happen. If Tesla wins, they realize they need LiDAR and they fall back on it and never falls back to it. But it's worth noting that Waymo is Waymo's last two white papers. I don't know if we can read stuff like that, but I'm read stuff like that. So you read Waymo's last two white papers, they talk about very explicitly that they are exploring the idea of a pure vision-based system that it may be a more efficient solution. So they're not there yet, but Elon tends to be right a lot when it comes to new technologies, and he's proving himself right here. I know there hasn't been a robotaxi program, but no one is now. Okay, and that's significant. I know that's significant. That's significant. No one has died in a robotaxi program that's operating with no LiDAR. I mean, if you asked Elon skeptics prior to the Tesla robotaxi launch, they would have been like, "Yeah, wait for all the dead bodies to pile up. Like, I dare you. It's not ready." These were all the skeptics would say, "Where are the dead bodies? Okay, where are the pile-ups on the roads from these autonomous cars stalling in the streets? Where are they? I mean, let's not pretend like the media wouldn't be all over if it was happening. Right? Let's not pretend the media wouldn't be all over it being hit by a Tesla robotaxi, or if there was a 6-car pile-up outside of UT with a Tesla, the media would have been snapping pictures right away. The publications that have proven that they are fans beyond would be writing about that all day and all night. But they aren't. Okay? So the fact that the news around Tesla's robotaxi program is quiet is actually a good thing. I think it's suggestive that it's been going pretty smoothly, seamlessly. And so, yeah, autonomy is here. It's not like something like we have to wonder if it's coming. That's not a part of AI. Autonomy is here. All vehicles will be autonomous at some point. It's an inevitability. Everything, planes, boats, trains, cars, everything will be autonomous. It's an inevitability. And it's not about whether you think that's cool or not, or you like that or not. It doesn't matter. It's more efficient, and efficiency always wins. Opinions don't matter. Efficiency wins every single time. Period. Can't name one example where a more efficient technology didn't permeate rapidly and capture basically all of the market share. It always does. You know, my favorite example is cell phones and landlines. You can use cars and horses. You can use any example. You can go back decades. You can go back 5 years, like 100 years. Every technology story is the exact same. More efficiency. People are skeptical. Doesn't matter. Skeptics get ruled over. Efficiency wins. That's how it works. Businesses want more money, higher margins. Businesses spend all the capital to make technology happen, and they seek efficiency constantly. And that money that they deploy seeks efficiency constantly, and it never loses. Never. So, yeah. Technology always wins. Bet on technology, win with it.
So software over hardware.
I think so, but there's distinctions to that. Sometimes there's new categories of technology where the hardware investment is really good. You look at NVIDIA, AI, that's been the case. You look at Tesla in the early days of the electric vehicle industry, that's been the case. You look at, I mean, I'm sure if I thought hard about it, you can come with some other examples, but it's not always software. I think net, when you look at like investments in technology, yeah, software tends to be better because they tend to have be able to float higher margins and higher growth for longer, a more asset life model. But that's not to say the big hardware companies are big winners.
Thank you, Matthew. Have a good day.
Apple, so on. These guys are hardware companies and they do it well. I mean, NVIDIA is also a software company, but their prime, their focus is on hardware, and there are winners. So I think it depends. If you're in a new technology and there's an enabling piece of hardware, like in NVIDIA's case, the GPUs, or in the case of Tesla with the first mass market EV, or in the case of Apple with the first like truly sexy portable phone. Like in all three of those cases, they had a hardware product that enabled the adoption of this new generation of technology. Like it was the enabling piece. When you're that type of hardware player, yeah, you're going to make a lot of money. But most hardware players don't fit that description. Most hardware players are, relatively low margin businesses, relatively commoditized, not a ton of growth, stuck in the supply chain, multi-year contracts, shit tons of visibility, not a lot of room for speculation. That's most hardware. But like I said, there are the videos and Apples, and there are the juggernauts that are in these areas too.
That guy, my mind went over to stablecoin and Ethereum, but I'll let go. I'm gonna let that conversation go.
Mine's been stuck there for a while.
Today, how did it do for me today, sir? How did it do for me?
It's been good. Hey, look, the daily chart's nice. I can't hate you being.
What do you want to give? You want to give me an update now? I mean, we're moving higher, so I don't think it's going to get worse.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is going to get extended from here, but I don't think it's broken down or anything. Let's see. Looked damn good when we first talked about it. Talking to me about it, but let's see now. Yeah, it looks fantastic stuff. Yeah.
Maybe some resistance back from like the 18th or something. You want to bust above it, and then I don't even know what you'd be looking at.
That week like 100s. It's wild.
So 5/8 Ethereum, we shall see a decent headline. I'm curious in the trading volumes today. Could have more than MSTR.
This is also a hell of a chart. I can't even be mad at you because of the chart, so I can't even really talk you out of that one.
But it's way more than MSTR. The price is factored. There's no if you're just doing straight up total trades. 8.5 million for MSTR versus 15 plus for
MSTR also down right now this morning. Good posted, but I'm gonna pull it up here. Yeah, it's Vanessa Crespi and Hart. They're pretty good financial analysts, but they reiterated their sell rating and 175 target on MSTR. They're saying that they believe MSTR's premium to NAV is likely to continue unwinding, owing to one, implied volatility breaking down, just limited convertible debt portion of their 42-42 plan, which we think is largely baked into the expectations now. Number two, limited uptake for their strategic issues, STRC and SPK, which had initially high interest, but have since faded significantly. Three, absent debt capital markets and a lack of appetite for risk around treasury companies. And then five, they said, we believe the pool of copycat strategies is growing and leads to a lower justified MNAV for treasury companies. And they say the MNAV today at 1.47x likely sees an unwind back closer to 1x MNAV. So that's from Vanessa Crespi and Hart this morning on MSTR with 175 targets of that. Definitely was not a great note, but that stock ended up closing green today. So I guess the MSTR holders don't really care about that. One thing I did want to touch on was AMP. I shared the video of Tim Cook last night talking about it. I think we were talking about this yesterday in the close. They haven't brought up that this was my newest position. And then we got a nice 5% pop. It was actually up a lot more in pre-market after hours, but it's funny because when I posted the original tweet in top on September 5th, I mentioned the Apple relationship, but I guess people didn't believe me, so they weren't here from Tim Cook's bill. So I posted a clip of Tim Cook last night at the top, directly mentioning him. And, so people, I guess, wanted to jump in or chase it on that. A really nice move for that stock today because pushing over the 20-month, you can get a close here above 26.20. It's going to look really, 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 really nice coming out of this lower structure on the chart on all time frames. So
because I want to know what you all think about. I hope it's okay to throw a scenario back up. What happened?
I found the soundboard in my phone.
That's hilarious.
I thought that was the sign of our crash.
What do you think of a guy that's like, I'm not a texter, okay? Makes that clear in the beginning. However, texts a ton, and then just kind of stops and says, well, I told you I was not. Yeah, Elizabeth, go ahead. I see your hand, so I'll call you.
He's an avoidant. I'm telling you this now. He's an avoidant. I swear to God, he's an avoidant. Or like an anxious avoidant, dismissive avoidant, any type of shitty avoidance. But like he's an avoidant because he wants closeness. But the second he gets close, he gets scared or whatever it is, and he moves away. Thank you.
Well, I used to text first, okay? I used to start the day, I had no problem because I wake up earlier, so I would start the day. And I stopped getting responses. Literally, just stopped getting responses. So I have completely stopped texting, like altogether. Because if I'm not getting responses, I'm not interested in texting. But here's the thing. When you don't text in a relationship and you depend 100% on talking on the the relationship can easily feel like it's fizzling, right? Because think about it. Think how much like texting fills in the blank spaces throughout the day when you can't be on the phone all the time. So when you take that element out, it's like quiet. It's just like silence and then these moments of talking, but the in between is not there. So texting is actually extremely important in a relationship. And I would say not just if you live in the same city. Like I was talking to my sister and she's married. They live together and she's like, oh no, he needs to still be texting me all day. You know, looks like Becky and John, they probably do y'all text, Becky?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. We do it organically, but yeah, I mean sometimes there'll be a phone call, sometimes there'll be a text. Like it just sort of like you said, it kind of depends on the situation and what we need to say. But it'd be weird if, like he said, you can't call me at work or an only text, or if he said, don't call me on the phone, only text. I don't know. It'd just be weird if you took one of those out of there because they're both valid forms of us communicating.
Exactly. What does it mean when someone says they're not a texter? Like, what does that mean in 2025?
It's just weird.
I dismissive avoidant and another avoidant. I know I'm terrible at your accent, but I want to be good at it. No, it's so true. It's so true, Becky. Yeah, I don't even hear the accent because how true it is. Yes.
I thought we had a new person in here. I was like, what the hell's going on?
Thank you.
Okay, can you help me understand what avoidant is? That someone who you're saying when they start to feel close, they start to pull away? Is that what it is?
It's pretty much like
Becky's bad practice. That's what
It's an attachment style.
So it's called sabotage. And so if you look at your relationship and you say, this thing that just happened, did it feel like our relationship was going well? And then this other person just threw like an arrow at it. And if you say yes, that's sabotage. So like Elizabeth said, if they want the closeness, but there's a very unhealed part of them. And so they will not risk it. It's like someone saying, I don't want to be happy because I can't stay happy. If that makes sense. It doesn't make sense to me because I'm like, I want to be happy unless like something needs to happen. I need to be in mom mode or I need whatever. Like then of course I'm not going to be happy. But other than that, why would I be happy? So a lot of people don't live like that. They live literally.
Wait, why can't you be happy in mom mode? I'm cracking up. Please, Lord, tell me I can be happy in mom mode.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm talking about 3 kids in a parking lot.
I know.
Okay, if you can be happy with 3 kids in a parking lot, go for it. But I cannot.
No, I don't think I could either. 3 in a parking lot? Absolutely not. I'm not happy. I'm miserable and I'm waiting for the next part of my life where I have a break.
But I was just gonna say too, like me and my girl, sometimes she's busy at work, you know, she has lecture all day kind of thing, and then she texts me around 11, just like, hey, you have 5 minutes so I can call you real quick. And I step outside of work, I'm like, hey, I got a really important call to make right now. I'll be right back. You guys can't handle yourselves, right? And I go outside, you know, we talk for 5 minutes. She tells me about her day and how much she loves the students. And then I tell her about my day, and then we just end it right there. Just text anymore till the end of the day, till 3 o'clock, whatever that is.
So, Kristal, they also play what we call game, like all the time, you know, they're very affectionate, like very into you, they like reply to every message, remember every detail possible, and then the next day, like nothing happened, you didn't have a fight, nothing like that, they go cold, like they do not reply, it takes them 5 hours to reply, they don't remember anything, and yeah, that's this avoidance sounds, yeah,
Yeah, that's a side bitch being one of my personal thesis, is that you have to be the same guy you were when you back when you get at
Exactly.
Don't change it up, because
Otherwise, it's like a scam, right? Like, I did these things to get you, but I don't
exactly,
do these
right?
things.
That means nothing, right? Like, you just fake the whole personality that you fell in love with.
But
And
from my understanding, guys, they like sometimes they don't understand what they're doing. So sometimes it's kind of like subconscious. I
out of their head. So they'll justify why they turn cold to you, but it won't actually have to do with you or anything in reality. It's like self-protective. So they'll make up something in their head, which is why they often sound like the victim if you try to confront them. But they'll justify their coldness to you as being something you did. So then when you're dealing with them, you're like, did I do that? And then I always tell women, no, you did not. You didn't do anything. The pretend you did it. But really you didn't.
And
Listen, the pretend me is out in these streets, okay? Like she's a hoe. She's in these streets. She's not where that's the pretend me is doing some wild stuff.
That's not okay. Anyways, no, and then they'll blame it on you too. I be like, hey, like you require way too much attention. Yes, I did. Like from the beginning, if you didn't like that, if you didn't want that, me seeking your attention all the time, then you should have not like me from the beginning. Be like, hey, like this ain't for me, kind of thing. And not string me along because you took time during that week or X, Y, and Z. Like, no, that's fucked up. That's just, yeah, that's fucked up.
And it's always a cycle. So they always like you get close, but then they do something shitty. I don't know, you either like withdraw or you chase them harder. They change themselves. They come back. And it's like an never-ending stupid cycle. So yeah, it's just gross that I miss.
Yeah, we're still.
How do you know this so well? I'm mad that you're like 12 years old, plus 13 years, and you know this so well.
I'm traumatized. I'm just traumatized.
What's your style? Do we all have a style? Like,
Yes,
everyone have it. So what's yours, Elizabeth?
Oh my god, so it's complicated because my therapist told me that I'm anxious avoidant, but from what I understand, some people trigger anxiety in me. So I feel like some avoidant people, especially if they're like dismissive avoidant, because apparently there are two types of avoidance. One is dismissive avoidant, and another one is fearful avoidant. And fearful avoidant, like you can somehow deal with him. It's not like that scary. But dismissive avoidant, you can just jump off the window, like that's it. Like your life is done. But anyway, so and some people, this type of people, they trigger anxiety in me. So I'm like anxious person with that. But in general, I'm like anxious avoidant. So yeah.
Does that mean you avoid other people as you? I'm almost done with this short interview, Elizabeth. This is my last question. Does that mean that you avoid people like you're talking about avoidance too? Are you an avoider then?
So, for example, now, like you can pick the wrong man because like deeply inside you're avoidant and like you don't want actual relationship or whatever it is, and so you pick the wrong ones. So even this is avoidance. I think that I'm avoidant is if like I'm just like in a situationship. Like my whole life is played a situationship. So no comments on that, guys. Since that we have a small space today. Go ahead.
Hey, my question is for Becky. Becky, are you a licensed therapist or are you a counselor?
No, I have been married to an avoidant for 20 She's a licensed mother. And I was determined to stay married, and it's very tough. Like you have to have a lot of self-confidence, a real strong relationship with Jesus, and I just had to learn what his cycles were and how to live with him, but to stay outside of his cycles. And I had to learn, I know his mom, so I know why he has the cycles that he has, and that very protective. Wait, what are cycles? OMG. So it's just adoration, abandonment. So 1 minute they love you like you are the only thing in the world that's important to them. And then the next, like with John, he was there. Physically he was there, but you could tell when he wasn't there. And so it takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of anger that you can get out in the right places. I have such a good support system. I have ladies I've been friends with that we go on vacation every year for 30 years. I have a best friend I'm always with. So I had a really good support system, but I learned through trial and error because I was determined to both our parents were divorced and it's a mess and I didn't want to do that to my kids. And so I am not a licensed therapist, but I've had a lot of practice with an avoidant.
Okay, because
It's because I'm avoidant too. That's what I'm asking. But sometimes what I do, because I'm with a therapy, I like to think is like, is it in my head, like you said, like is it all like in my head, or is it something that they did that upset me or scared me? I wait till. They don't text you back, but then you see them on social media or something. It's like, oh, they're avoiding me. I got mad or something like that. So
Baseline, and your baseline is don't risk it for the biscuit. That's what we always say in our house. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit, but you won't. And so you don't want, when you're doing brain work and neurological work, when your brain resists, you want to stop and take a break, and and you don't want to push it in that resisting direction. And then you want to say, what would a securely attached person do? And I don't know, ask ChatGPT or whatever, but you want to start learning, well, how does a securely attached person react, and how can I feel safe enough to do that?
This was so great. What's probably disaster person is a fucking manipulator. You're gonna be securely attached with them, and they're gonna make you fucking anxious. So I'm gonna be like, okay, this person is on social media. They just, they just do this. They're gonna come back to me.
No, because all that's part of the manipulation. It's part of the. So here it is. I got it. I raised my hand, but sometimes it's just like that, right? So here's the thing.
Central
Because
Station.
of where I am in life, I'm 41. I've been through this. If you read me, I'm gonna let you read me, and you're gonna lose me because the distance is going to create absence, right? And it's not gonna make my heart grow fonder because I am securely attached. If you detach from me, I will let you detach from me, and you're gonna have to deal with the consequences of what that looks like. Now, that doesn't help if you're in an anxious place. So I really pray that this helps you all, because this is one of the most transformative practices that I have learned, because I'm all about well-being and health and all of that. So I want to share with you how I got out of the anxious side, because like you, Elizabeth, and many people in here, I would attract people that were not great for me, and they would be avoiding it. Before I know it, I'm anxious, like lose my mind, anxious. I don't hear from them, blah blah blah. So here's what I realized. It was like this revelation I had 2 relationships ago. Well, I guess 3 relationships ago. And it was, we talk about the voices in our heads, right? Like the voice is telling us something. Here's what we have to ask ourselves. If it hurts, like if our own voice is hurting us, causing us anxiety, it is because we are actively believing a lie. That's why it hurts. We are giving into deception. That's why it hurts. Because we're in this cycle, this loop of thoughts in our head. We have to remember, first of all, that we don't thoughts come in. It's like we're a radio picking up frequencies. So if we're in a place of anxiety or hurt, we are going to pick up, literally, we're going to pick up those frequencies, those thoughts. You don't own them. You observe them. You're like, oh, I'm having this thought right now, but you don't own it. And here's what you do. This is the magic, okay? You ask yourself. This is what I had to do when this guy wasn't calling me for like 4 days. I was losing my effing mind. Like literally losing my mind. I could not focus on anything. It was awful. Thank God I didn't have a child at the time. It was stomach aches, like just the worst type of anxiety. It's awful, right? And day 4, I remember just after crying and crying, I asked myself, what is it that you're believing about this situation that is hurting you so much? And what it is, if you dig down, you're believing the deception that this person not reaching out to you means ... And this is where you have to fill it in. So for me, it was, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy of being loved. I am forgettable. I am unworthy, right? So I started pulling those thoughts out of the feelings. What are these feelings telling me? And I started realizing, oh, the reason I hurt so much right now is because I am believing. Do you realize it was like I was drinking my own poison? So if you can get to a place where you become the conscious mind, which we're only operating in like 5% of the day, but you can control this. You become the conscious mind by observing the thoughts that you're having, right? He doesn't love me. Okay, who cares? God loves you. Your mama loves you, or your dad, or somebody loves you. We love you, right? So what are the thoughts that you're having right now? And you okay, and then here's the final step, and I'm landing. Now, so once you've identified these are the lies that I'm believing, now you tell yourself the truth. So if the lie you're believing is, I'm not enough, well, you tell yourself the truth. And if you don't know the truth, then that's a whole other journey that you're going to have to go on. But the truth is, you're more than enough. Okay, the truth is, you were intricately designed uniquely. There's no one that has your fingerprint. Like, God loves you. God designed you far before you were in your mother's womb. The Bible says it. You were planned and thought of before you even came into physical existence into your mother's womb. So even if your mother and father don't love you, or they're awful to you, you have a father in heaven who loves you so much. And that's what we're here for. We're here to figure out how God loves us so that we can love God and love other people. And that's where secure attachment comes from. Secure attachment, y'all, does not come from other humans. The quicker you can realize that we don't get secure attachment from attaching to other humans, we get secure attachment by, attaching onto a power that will never change. Okay, I'm done with my TED talk, but that's it. That's the framework. Stop believing the lies. Tell yourself the truth, and may God bless you on your journey to getting rid of anxiety, because it's terrible. Oh, look who just came in, Miss G. She's a celebrity in the house. She got 2,000 people tuning into her space. My girl only started doing spaces like a couple weeks ago, and now she's here like big pimpin' space hosted Miss G.
That is good. Yeah. The past time, perfect, I will have some decent. So I remember I supported Miss G about, having to stand back into space. I missed her. I actually was looking for her yesterday. I missed my little big apartment. She is someone that I am very fond of. Each time she says to me to go to her space, even if I don't always talk, I will open my things. I love you, darling. How are you, everyone?
And clearly, a lot of people love you. I'm so glad you're a host. You need to be a host. I'm so glad.
I have anxiety. I don't know if you guys know. I have anxiety when I speak in public. I get so frustrated. And I never thought I would be able to do that, but I pushed myself. So I had the first times I had Water King as co-host. Last time I had Super Sito.
And I felt a little bit Becky was there always. Now Becky has her microphone open. Hello, over there. Can y'all hear me? I just put on new earphones. Yeah, we heard it all, Becky. We heard John, we heard you, we heard everything. Sounded like you were washing pots and pans. I'm cooking dinner. I'm so sorry. Yeah. You're cooking dinner and there's the dragon. There's the dragon. Yeah. Like the Ultra King loves thinking of Becky in the kitchen. That's all. That's I'm thankful for all the magic that she always does. It's sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who truly did that's talking about the microphone, the magic yes. And even this I found this year I'm defeated to speak, so I'm very sensitive. I will divide today, so any advice for me to find things upcoming days. I actually best it is what it is, you have to push through. At least I did not keep anyone to speak. People there I'm very, very happy that I wanted to strangle some people, but in the end, the good inside of me conquered the bad, the evil. I even wanted to mess with Mommy. I sent her message, but she hopefully she knew this. Good for her. Like, what she did me messing with Lonnie, what you saying to Lonnie? I said to her if she is okay, and she responded. And after I said, okay, if you are okay, then I'm going to go back to basics. So what I was good, but she did not respond. Now I'm very free, so I don't want to say. Okay.
Is that when they say they like to see more white and pretty?
Oh, Jay. That was a good comeback, Clark. He was waiting for that. He's like, I got it. Got him.
That's so good. That's so good. That is, I just remember Jay and the height jokes that we heard like in every space, like 3 spaces in a row. But that's all right. So, did you notice, guys, that Oni didn't say a single word while we were all discussing anxious avoidant attachment styles? So I'm just curious, Oni, what were you doing? No, like appreciation of this, like, yeah, it's true. I avoided.
She was dismissively.
I'm not gonna cry now, guys. Stop it. Like, no, you avoid crying.
No, stop. I agree with some. What ethic? Let me find out. There is a camera that I am not in, and somebody is gonna get.
Yeah, it was looking behind my scales.
Oh, never mind. That was yes. No problem. I thought it was like some chat you were running Lonnie. I was about to fight. No, it's someone. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I tried to say something else.
I think we're going to be, pitch myself out here. And if I got to follow this, I gotta get the getting here. So can I go back to the second?
Yes, we can get back to toxic. Sorry, I had to drop down, you guys. That is actually so loud. It sounds fine.
So should everyone break up with their avoidance? I mean, is that the
Yes,
moral of the
yes,
story?
if you can,
Unless
yes,
you're married.
yes. Unfortunately, but yes,
No,
not
but
coming.
make them more avoidance, man. I don't know.
I think that's fine.
Then they need to figure out life. They need to figure out life.
Actually,
Become attached. Become attached.
But if it's true love, if it's real love, you should help them. Like Becky is a good testimony.
Thank you. Yeah, you have to just. I know. Well, if I would have known ahead of time, I would have not had sex. The mask was super good, real good. And as it slowly slipped away, I was like, who the hell am I married to? It took about 12 years to get there. And then Jesus like, here's who you're married to. Here's what we're going to do. I was like, no. I am not the woman for this job. But God kept telling me, you are the woman. I'm going to take your little, go ahead, fancy fingernails, and I'm going to make you a spiritual warrior. And he did. And you know what? I don't know that I would have done it for my marriage, but I definitely did it for my kids and for Jesus. And now my marriage is at a place where I'm so thankful I did it for my marriage.
Exactly.
Christoph, see, look, you talk about getting the world, what people people love the most? That's what I'm saying.
No, y'all need Jesus. No. I'll happily bring you to Jesus, and then Jesus will find your Becky, because Becky was doing community service for the Lord. And Jesus was like, look, we have this avoided man here. I don't know who's going to deal with this. Becky is very sweet, and she wants children and all the things. So we're going to match them together. Little does he know that he's going to pay for everything for the rest of their life. Becky's never going to have to pay for anything, like even a Coke or, anything. She'll never have to pull out a credit card or debit card again for the rest of her life. When she has people over, Mr. Becky will completely be the host with the most and take care of her friends that she met from the internet. And so she's definitely, she is being rewarded. And Becky, wasn't it? It was you who told me that John gave his life to Jesus after seeing your children. Is that right? Was that you? Was that somebody else? I don't think he would. It was me, but I don't think he would say it that way. But I do think the way he was taught to walk with the Lord was very different than how I walked with the Lord and I taught our children. And seeing our children become adults and seeing them healed and not having come from that kind of a background was way stronger testimony to him than anything he saw me doing for 24 years. Because he already had his relationship with this just straight, right? Or something like that. It just it was beautiful. He was afraid of God, and he thought, I don't know. I just don't think it wasn't a loving God. I don't know who he was taught about, but I'm like, that is not my Jesus.
The ones that are hardest to love. So, thank you, Becky.
Elizabeth is like, I am not signing up for this assignment.
Yes, it's
Partly I agree with you. But at the same time, it is endless responsibility. To get you got to know yourself. I'm going to use this.
Yeah, and here's the thing. If you're going to have like character things, we all have our character things, right? But if you're going to be avoidant and you're going to be like a thing else, and I'm going to list some things. A lot of money. A lot of money. B, what J just said, but not just that, know how to implement said thing. Okay. 3, said item. 3, you can be extremely good looking. But if you don't have one of those, or maybe just like the best sense of humor in the world, because that'll go far with women.
It does solve
Listen, I'm just saying, if you're not part of the 0.1% of like special humans that are just extremely attractive, have a lot of money, have a large, appendage. I'm just kidding. We're not including that because that doesn't really matter. But what I'm saying is that if you're not in that group, then you better get your character developed, which is why we're all here. Okay, sorry, I completely disagree. What you disagree with, Swabasito, you and I are not allowed to disagree. So let me show you how we don't disagree. Go ahead.
I think you might actually agree with my script. Here for the hot which is, I don't care if your character is not on board. If you don't have the respect and drive and communicate, I don't care who you are. It's not gonna work.
That's you, Suavecito, but that doesn't disprove my point, which is that if I have a crappy character, but I'm fine, there's someone that's gonna love me. It's not gonna be you. But there's a man out there that does not care about my personality. I can have the worst personality, but I'm fine as hell, I'm hot, and that's what he wants. That's what he wants. Literally. He just wants a hot, terrible character.
Right, thank you. You gotta screen right. Yes, I'm saying every positive mention. Somebody will do some personality because when they're gonna that's the person they're gonna be happy.
Exactly. There's someone for everyone.
Like they're gonna break up one day and the next day be like, remember we broke up? Yeah, that was funny.
It gives me anxiety. And
I was gonna say, Elizabeth, is this reminding you of something?
It just gives me anxiety. Like there's nothing good about avoidance. There's no.
It's terrible. It's absolutely, Elizabeth, this makes me just want to love you for the rest of your life. I just want you to know, I'm not even exaggerating when I say this, and I'm sure Becky can say this too, and Audie and Miss G and lots of people in here. I will love you forever. Like, I will never stop loving you. I don't care what happens in your life. You will always have at least me. I will always love you. I will always be attached to you. We already discussed this. We have a level of toxic attachment, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people that want to attach to. That's why Ani and we're attached. Okay, I'm attached to Becky. I'm attached to Miss G. I have attachments, and this is how we cure this. We create attachments and they go well, and we say, oh wow, we can't trust people, we can't love people, we can't open up to people, we can't be vulnerable, and we don't get hurt. Go ahead, Clark. I saw you come on. Okay, yeah, I'm not the host. I'm gonna shut.
So I had
Says that's the man I want you to love, and he's got avoidance issues, but you know what? We're gonna work on it together, and you've got healthy attachments, so you're gonna help him. I'll happily love that man. But the reason the prerequisite is that he has to first love Jesus and have Jesus at the center is because I can't help him. Only Jesus can help him. Only Jesus can help me or anybody else. So I have to be with a man that is submitting himself to a higher power, and it's got to be the same higher power that I go to, because if he does that, then I know he will be healed along the way, and I can be there to support him, and he'll be there to support me. That's what really matters at the end of the day. He could be on the spectrum, he could be blind, whoever God sends me, I'm going to accept because God knows my heart and God knows, you know, the desires of my heart. So anyways, that's what I'm going to say. For me, that's what's most important.
I hate all men. Miss Chip, please go ahead.
Did I lose any part of the story? Is she single?
Who?
You.
Oh, that's a great question. No, I can't say that I'm single, but I shared in the beginning of the space that, well, I didn't share directly. And now there's like more people here. So now I'm like, I don't know if I really want to talk about this no more. But
Don't talk about it.
no,
But
we
yeah,
were
okay,
just
you
talking
can
about the
use-
texting thing and how, like, what happens when someone texts you a lot in the beginning and then it changes, you know, the communication changes up. And for me, that's I think when the whole avoidant attachment conversation started. So that's what we've been talking about.
Guys, after I split up, I was like talking to one person. It was very good person. You know what? My toxic ass was called as, I don't know, called as IS. Wouldn't say good morning, wouldn't say good night, wouldn't say how are you, nothing. And that person did absolutely nothing to me, but of course, I was not ready to get into a relationship. I was just getting to know him. And he was crying, you know, like I felt like a piece of shit. And that's why I said, I'm not ready to get into this. And when I would text, and he was like, because he was a CEO of the company, he always would text like in 5 minutes back. What's my name? He'll text. And when she wouldn't do that, my mind would go, oh, he's with another woman, you know? And I said, take a seat, kill yourself, and after, maybe try to get into a relationship. And it was always he was asking me, he said, if I have company, if I have life, I have family, and I can answer you in 5 minutes, and you don't even bother to ask me how I am, means that you don't care. And in that moment, I realized that I cannot give love to that person, especially in the situation that I was. So I let him go. Didn't meet him, never met him in real life. We were talking. I saw him once or twice, but never had a conversation. It was so miserable, you know, for me and for him as well. It is if you cannot give love, if you cannot text first, you shouldn't be in that kind of relationship. If you don't care enough to send to someone, how are you? Are you well? Have you eaten? What are you doing? Or I thought of you. Thought to reach out. Don't be in a relationship. Take your ass, your single ass, home and reflect on some shit. And when you do have the answer of what you actually want, then maybe get into a relationship. That's why I enjoy myself like I am, because I am not doing harm to another person at this moment in my life. I don't know how I would react if I broke somebody's heart. It would be perfect.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was bad timing. I was trying to do. It was just so good. It was so good.
Wait. So long. I never knew Misty that I can do soundboard in my phone, so I'm absolutely shocked by that.
Can you this in your phone?
Yes, can you believe it, Misty? Like when you I don't have enough English words for that, but when you describe it, you know, words and I do it, unfortunately.
What are you trying to describe? The soundboard? Like what?
Yeah, how to press with that, like this is like.
Oh yeah, it's next to the two people.
Why-
You see the heart with the plus
Why-
sign for the emojis and the two people. That's to the left of that.
Terminal
Is
2
the
domestic.
matching one. But can I just say really quick how honest that was, Miss G?
Terminal
That
3.
you just gave me, it gave all of us like the
This is
inside
very
scope
close together.
of what happens with an avoidant, and that was so powerful. So thank you.
Sorry?
Quick can be.
Less than 20 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you're
Very
seeing
quick.
how aware
No,
she
but-
is. Like she realized. She realized, and that level of awareness is amazing.
I said to you, the guy was like perfection, good heart, good company, everything. I could not stand me, my toxicity, my broken heart.
Early
Did the
start for
same
you?
thing to him.
Sorry?
And it
You
was
had an
because
early
I
start
did
or
not have trust
always
enough
early?
myself.
Early,
Didn't have
early bird
trust
catch the
enough
worm, you know?
another person. So I just said, please find someone else because I'm gonna get miserable just by knowing that I cannot give you what you actually deserve. I cannot give it to you because I have to do something with myself first after maybe catch. And he was like, yeah, but you live
Going far away.
Getting slowly back to trusting people. Yeah, you laugh, Elizabeth.
I
When
live
you
in
don't, when
Shepparton,
you have
so
trusting issue,
I
yeah, you're
was here
gonna
for the
take it
work.
to the other
Great time.
relationship, and they're gonna
Are
be
you
the
fine
for another
Sydney?
asshole, and
Different than
it's not
Melbourne?
fair. In any way, it's not fair. And I
Uh,
don't wanna look crazy
today
every
it
day.
is
He
nice
doesn't
and
grow. He's
yeah,
someone
it
that's
all
not
depends.
healthy.
When you come,
That is not healthy. Name
if
it.
it's rainy, it is
But yeah,
it's not a good
Elizabeth,
day.
that's my way. That's not gonna.
Very unpredictable.
Oh my god, like that not
So
I'm here
Sydney
for this
is
whole
very
show,
cold.
which is the
Yeah.
Elizabeth and Misty show. Like y'all have
Living wise, I think
it's like
that
a
is nice.
living,
It's very
but
expensive.
it's between
Very
like two,
expensive.
I assume, Eastern European women, and I'm here for
I
it
think
all
the
day.
media
Like
makes
I would
look
start a
Melbourne
whole
very
reality
dangerous.
series
Is it
over
true?
it because it's
No,
just so good. But it's like we all like
it's just
be
the
a little
media.
scared. Like every time it happens, we're all
They need
like,
something to
is it
talk
real?
about. Not just talk about. Make everyone. Yeah. So that's how they make the money. Yeah. They play with human emotion. Yeah, they make look Melbourne like Victoria, a lot of danger there. Is it expensive? Melbourne, not as much Sydney.
But I keep coming. I've kept coming for her, even though she's not that.
I think it's a lot of art there, a lot of creative people, yeah. So much art. Yeah. So it's Melbourne actually. I remember more than Sydney. Sydney is a bit more business.
So far, he's
What do you do for work? I work as a lab manager. I work as a laboratory manager and we test food. Oh, no. Not human samples, food samples. It's a good business because everyone needs to eat. Yes, it's a evergreen business. My dad told me that if you want to work forever, like work even in the worst times or bad times, yeah, food and transport always, no matter what. And also being a doctor. Ah, doctor, yes, yes. But that is more risky. That is more. That could be very. It's always work, but it can be very. You need to burn doctor. It's tough. It's a tough work. Like that. It's industry. Everyone wants it. Wants to teach. It's like everything. When you're doing it, you're born for that. It's perfect. I think the hard part in life is finding good doing what you love. You gotta have taste. If you love, you will enjoy. Yeah, you don't need to work. Like what you love. That's very difficult to find that. What was your father? My father was sort of businessman. Yeah. But he was very hardworking because he was doing what he loved. It's 80, 80, 90 here, doing things. It never stops. And it's true. Once you stop, you die. You gotta keep going. Whatever you do, you always keep going. Because that's what makes you happy.
Yes, keeps you occupied.
Yeah. So what kind of food do you test?
We are into beef production.
Beef.
And our company exports beef.
Yep.
Mostly to US, and also China, Korea, other countries around here.
Yeah.
And also very small Australian market, very small.
You think Japanese Wagyu is better than the Australian?
It all depends what you want to experience in a meal.
Yeah.
Yes, specifically with Wagyu, the Japanese Wagyu, there's more fat in it. And that is the reason why it makes it so, because it is like, it feels
Yeah, it's like a butter.
and it's which can be as good as when you buy, you can if you see those things, yeah, you can enjoy almost same kind of flavors.
Yeah. I'm very into that because that actually was the industry my dad worked for a while, restoration. We have a jamon, so a jamon de jabugo, and jamon is very expensive. So if it comes from south, you know the pig depends on the pig. It's only meat fed when nuts.
Yeah.
They only fed walnuts, so the meat tastes like soft butter, but it's like nut flavor. It's very unique. Yeah. And I think that what they eat is here is a lot of land, so you can eat a lot of grass and be happy.
Some prefer strong flavor or strong meaty flavor.
Yeah.
For them, if you give Wagyu, they say it is oil.
Oil.
Yeah. And it doesn't stick to your mouth like so it all depends who is tasting also.
Yeah.
But yes, Wagyu is a very nice meat. I haven't tasted the other one, what you told me, but yes, it looks, yeah.
And if you go to Spain, it's pretty common. Like it's not expensive. Like if you want to buy here, you pay a lot, and it's not the same.
And it's not the same. Yes.
Yeah. Then you get the authentic. It's like it's this like a mushroom, not mushroom, but it's like a fungus, but it tastes really good, and it's very expensive. They have to find it under the earth. They use dogs to find it. What's the name of the? Well, back in the day, it used to be very expensive.
Yeah.
Now they make like a fake flavor.
Yes. Or infused flavor.
Yeah, what's the name? They make oils, and that is really good. But it used to be not as famous. It's just like caviar, you know, the eggs.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but yeah, it's sort of like that flavor, very earthy.
Very umami.
That's when AI comes to help always.
Yeah.
Truffle, yes. Thank you.
Even that just yeah. I knew what you were telling. Actually.
Yeah. So where they come from, they used to be very common, like it's cheap.
Yeah.
So
see, yeah, cheapness is like this. If it is for in that region where you find it so common, for them it is a regular staple food.
Yeah.
For someone who doesn't get it, if they have to go get that from another place, then it becomes expensive.
Yeah.
And now it is not grown everywhere else. So the people who market it make it so exclusive, it becomes expensive.
Yeah.
But for someone who grows around it, yeah, just go collect it. That's it.
Right, yeah.
You don't have to do anything.
Yeah. It grows itself.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Marketing is super important.
Yes. Marketing, how you sell it.
Yeah.
It's all people who are money minded that I don't know whether to call them, they misuse it or take advantage of those things, and they make money, and the person who is going collecting the thing
doesn't make any farmer happy with that. But it happens with all products like that in general, like oil. Look, Venezuela have a lot of oil, but the people is not rich.
Yes.
And it happened with organization.
Yeah, so true. Like oil, you said Venezuela, and U.S. is the bully, and yeah, what have Venezuela done? U.S. wants to sell oil at the market price, and they don't want to allow countries like Venezuela and others. They put sanction.
Yeah. It's always been like that. It's just market wars and things like that. The value of things. For instance, also Argentina have a lot of lithium. They can make a lot of money out of that for batteries for cars. Yeah, that's the future.
Yeah.
In some way. But they still also the people broke. Not much money there. And they have resources. Australia have meat, and it was to me one of the best.
Yes.
Beef. But the marketing, I don't think is that powerful. I think Japan have even more market. Everyone knows what you over Australia. I think they should make like a funny name or something, because I think that's what it attracts people, creating the hype.
Yes, creating
the hype is the key. Because it's proven with toilet paper, you create that fear, like I need to get that because that product tastes different, and it's proven that Australian meat tastes different than other meats. Yeah. You can prove it. It's more rich. It's the way it grows.
Yes.
The cattle is different. Yeah. Because the space here is a lot of land and less stress. Meat that is less stress is always tastes good. That's why we pay more for the. What do you think about the glue meat, the one they do with glue? Glue meat is they do like
a glue meat, yeah. See, it's a glue meat. See, it's still a food. Like we need to look at as it is. Like, but why do you have to go to that extent to create something fake? Is what concerns me, or what bothers me. When you get a natural meat, why make it fake?
I think it's profit. I think it makes a bit more profit out of. Yeah, I know the quality. You can tell the quality. It's terrible, but it's still food. That's the thing with the price cheaper makes you feel that you eat quality, but
yeah, it's not.
It's not as much. But yeah, it's more common now. But yeah, marketing, the key is
Convincing people, making it hype so that everyone buys it.
that's right.
If not everyone buys it, they pay more. Even if it's a small number, that's also fine. If they pay 10 times more, they still make money.
But we've seen it with toilet paper, you know,
Yeah.
back in with the COVID times,
Yeah.
people were even fighting for it
Crazy.
worldwide. Like,
It's just a toilet paper.
yeah,
Even if you don't have a paper, that is also fine.
yeah.
Wash your bum.
So that was marketing. That creates a FOMO, and yeah, so all it needs is hype. Yes. Right, Miss Daisy.
They will tag people all day long, try to dox them, talk about their moms, like get disrespectful, wish them they're going to something, you're going to jail, fuck you. Take that money you earn. Now that I see them threatening people, like take your creator royalties, whatever you call it, then fuck you, like, then give me my money back type shit. Like, bruh,
That's the thing I noticed, like watching, like I probably watched 100 plus streams yesterday, like just bored, figured out at least like pay attention to this shit and see. I think every single stream that shut off instantly, the token fucking dropped, and it's almost like that's the new fucking meta. Like wait till someone turns off and then fucking put an alert on when they go live again, buy it back, and you could probably make fucking solid money across that just because of it. But I think that's the difference between when there was pump fund streaming tied to a coin and there's pump fund streaming in the same fucking window as a coin. Now people are more entitled. Like before there was streaming and somebody could have a coin and they're like, I'm gonna go live, like I'm gonna go do this today, I'm gonna go talk about it, and it was an update. Now it's like a consistent. Is that like, and I'll give a little bit of fucking credit to a coin I fucking hate, but like people all fucking do the unicorn fart. The coin is still consistent throughout the day. What's going to happen with this? Some people are going to make money. Some people are going to make easy money. This one's just not going to last because the guardrails don't exist. Like there's literally just nothing to protect a person from wanting to do it. And I think the other thing people are seeing is you can see now publicly how much the creator is getting, which you can also pair up to how much the fucking protocol's getting. And then you realize that like the amount of money extracted from every coin is still probably a top 10 trader on every single coin. Like the house always wins. This is why like the gambling fucking narrative is fucked. Because, like, you know, you look at it, creator coin, creator made $100,000, pump fund made this much, the liquidity pool got this much, and then you go to top traders, and that would be the number 3 trader just by what they extracted while you danced in a circle.
Bro, the top 6 traders on the Becker coin yesterday made 10x what Becker made streaming. I don't think I told people, I said
but that's because but on his is a little bit different because he announced what he was doing. Like I think that's one big problem. It's like I see plenty of people I know that are like, I'm gonna drop a streamer coin, and then they fucking tell everybody in a fucking 50-person group chat. And yes, there's plenty of people in that group chat who are good people who aren't gonna this. But what happens in almost every fucking telegram I've ever seen, every fucking group chat, everything, is they think it's their friend circle. So they tell everybody so that everybody can get in early, but at least 1 or 2 people's bundling in that anyways and fucking over the rest of the group and saying it wasn't me because it was just an alt wallet that nobody sees. So it doesn't really matter. Like they're doing this, they've been doing this for a year, 2 years in Telegram. Like it's like, all right, guys, get ready. Like I'm going to launch this. And you're like, how did it just go from 7,000 to 30,000 in the amount of time it took you to type enter? Because they hit enter twice at the same time, and one of them was a bundler that was way faster than you searching for a contract address. And just that little bit of motion from 7,000 to 25,000, you still think you're doing good getting in at 25,000, but somebody just took 2/3 of the coins that were already out.
Oh, you cannot discount what the goats of the space, like Pepsi, like AlphaCo, like these different trend shares.
Listen, don't you can't compare yourself to Pepsi, bro.
He
makes
like
money.
that either. I have no need to be in the fucking trenches. Like you're supposed to, like you're not.
It's like Orangey fucking doing his shit. I got 5,000 people that all follow me into something, but if you beat them by 1 second, you're automatically gonna fucking have the record numbers on everything. Like doesn't matter what it is. Good kid. I don't have any problem with that kid, but that's what happens.
I'll add you into the list too, Al. If you feel some type with it,
I've left
do it.
Fucking, I've left every
the Jonas, the Illas, like the goats that we just. I don't think any of us are really trenched like that either.
Hey, I dumped on Cupsy's head last night. No shit. Like, stop the chains. My fucking dumped her right on his fucking head.
And Golden
It was so nice, dude. Like, screenshot it.
The last point he bought was Golden. And lost.
Remember, he gets his rocket launcher in a 1v1 and gets 1 out of 99 kills in a match.
Yeah, that was the one. I sold it into his bid on Golden's coin. Fucking
but he doesn't use throwing knives. He just uses a rocket launcher.
Wait, what part of the cycle is this that Golden has a point? I'm still like wrapping my head around Golden.
I think it's hilarious. I was down 3 soul on his coin, and then I was up 10 soul, and now I'm up 2 soul on his coin. But like, I get why he's doing it. I get like the hands off, and I get the like just playing it like. Being transparent on shit, like if people want to fucking run up a coin behind it, cool. I think Golden would have been better off just going live and fucking anything else once a week, 3 times a week.
But the one thing I'll give credit to is he understands what he's kind of getting into. It's not like he's holding fucking.
But he's telling everybody. He's telling everybody.
It's mainly for, I don't know, even the fees. Like he's just holding the token. There's no like.
He's gonna buy Pokemon cards with all the fees. Let's just be really honest. He is a grown man like myself who's gonna take the creator fees and is gonna do dumb shit. He's gonna pay the decks and then he's gonna buy Pokemon cards. Like that's what's gonna happen. Like and then cool. Could that make sense? Like that coin can't run though because of transparency. Like
he's also gonna talk about the Pokemon cards though.
Yeah, cool. I can listen to fucking Pokemon cards fucking
it's
4
just like
hours a day.
he's low keeping. I don't know. He's been right about a lot of his cards, but and I don't know. A lot of his digital collectible fucking card.
A perfect example of this is fucking resale calendar.
Oh my god! Fucking pickleball cards.
Okay, if Golden is calling pickleball cards, please let me know.
Like the pickleball card wasn't even that. It was like a leaf tops now. Like he recognizes it. It doesn't really matter that his group got in first. Those are the people that mattered and made money. The intention of this thing makes the second most sense. They're all going to pile back into fucking the group. If he gets an extra 50 or 100 subs to his Discord, then it doesn't even matter about the money that's out here. Like he's only spent $20,000 as a creator. And the reason because there are no more pickleball cards to buy. The rest of all those cards that exist in this world are sitting in the hands of people who are pickleball nerds who bought one for $10 because that's what they're into. Same reason some people bought the Hawk Tuah fucking card from fucking Leaf. Same reason I bought the Rizzler.
You just don't understand this game like we do.
Well, I understand this game better than fucking.
No. These pickleball cards are fucking rails. Like the game is complete.
Yeah. Listen, dude, I got a 10 Rizzler. I got the Hawk.
I like your tungsten. Alpha, go back to your tungsten art. I like that.
I return that. Bro, what purpose do I need for a fucking 20 to 40 pound?
You would floss it with your luscious curls, bro.
Fuck you.
Whoa, this is where I draw the line. Please do not compare Alpha to Austin.
They're both gay. They're both gay with long curls.
Bro, you look way more fucking similar to Fawcett. Now that I fucking think about it, like I have not drew the fucking conclusions yet, but I don't know. I see a very uncanny, like, fucking resemblance between you two. But I'm not gonna get into it because this is a crypto fucking space where we're not fucking just comparing a bunch of fucking people, and we can talk about what the hell's going in these damn markets. Thank you so much.
Listen, all right, let's be fair. Neither of us are fucking like him. I'm a 6'6" fucking Arab and you're black, and he's fucking Malibu's most wanted in like gay weird form. Like it is what it is.
Thank you.
I'm burned because he left personally.
Yeah, no, listen, I'd rather listen to fucking Jonah talk about fucking video game shit all day long
Me too.
than listen to fucking that kid for fucking 10 minutes a day. Fucking Jonah and fucking Golden fucking repeating one in left ear, one in right ear about video game strategy and Pokemon cards is less annoying than that kid speaking about anything.
I was here for a little hoping Alpha would like mute him, and then I just was like, I give up, and then I left. But then I just
completely stopped talking about that shit because you guys all crushed my spirit.
Well, let's add in and Michael K talk about wallet security. Like those three things all in my ear at once are not even close.
I mean, it's like a huge topic today, though. Like Cubsy just got fucking drained. This is one of the most copy traded wallets, the most known fucking Solana wallet. On chain, 100% it is. Like people are watching that wallet like no other. He's done insane amounts of fucking volume there, and now he has been like, bro, drained for $500,000, which I don't know, breaks up.
Wait, the most prolific copy traded motherfucker that dumps on everybody's heads got fucking drained.
It brings up the fucking point though of just like, bro, being like, these are wallets that are being watched, and like these are people who've been in the space for a minute, but like still not prioritizing fucking wallet security. Like, bro, they can get.
I could get 5,000 people to copy trade my wallet. I would be fucking 100% perfect on wins because math makes it impossible to lose at that point. Literally impossible to lose.
Well, you don't know fucking Cubs, brother.
No, I don't know. I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Dude, now I don't know. Did I dump on Cupsy's head or did I dump on the hacker's head? This fucking ruins everything.
How long has he been in the space though? That's the thing. Like no one knows.
It's not one guy.
It's like
it's a whole bunch of fucking people that you know.
I mean, there's.
Oh, got it.
I don't think got it. People. I genuinely don't.
Doesn't he stream like daily?
Yeah, it's one person. But like Ella, to your question, he's been around. I think around a year or a little bit over a year, which is where it became notable. Just
see, well, there it is. That explains why eventually he got mollywopped.
That's not true. So basically, it's either the wallet or the exchange. I'm thinking maybe it might be Nova.
Nova,
Everyone says
early
Nova.
It's definitely the platforms that he's using because you just don't get manually trained like that just out of nowhere, bro.
The funniest part is Orangey buying the car like for around the same amount right after. Like, and he was associated with Nova originally. Just a cool.
Isn't that his product? Isn't that Orangey's product?
I think he was hired to do like.
I thought he launched it. To be honest, like when I first started, I thought that was his.
No, yeah, Orangey's is pushing, but like no way the fucking the trading bot that was being promoted by FaZe Banks ended up fucking bro. Like what is? I'm kidding. I didn't mean to throw.
How are you surprised with it though, bro? Like, I'm honestly not surprised about any of that shit.
Did you see? I seen Orangey's YouTube stream, and when he bought his penthouse down in Brickell, and he had kids in there like working on the Nova shit. They had like their own rooms, their own floor. So I don't know. It seemed like he was more than just pushing it. Because
he was employee number 2. How's that?
all that costs money. That's not free. So obviously somebody, I'm thinking Nova or somebody that has the service cut, because it's manually drained, bro. Like, obviously.
Yeah, so go back to round one. You're in Brickell with all the sneaker Discord kids who fucking made it out the hood and bought their Brickell apartment. And then they said, I got an idea, you're into crypto, let's make a fucking trading bot because we've been making bots for the past 3 years and fucking chloride tablets are fucking dead. And this is where it went. Like, there's nothing like off. Like, I don't know if it was a malicious fucking thing, but to be fair,
That's the conversation, by the way.
yeah, the smartest person I fucking humanly know still tells me about how the biggest fucking crack you could have in fucking this whole ecosystem is that people realize that security on Photon wallet isn't as good as people think.
Just Photon? I mean, people, yeah, a lot of these fucking bots are fucking dog shit. But like, bro, we've been calling out a lot of these bots for fucking months. Like, they're the most extractive thing to come out this fucking cycle. Like, people are like, oh, Elon has made fucking billions of dollars. Like, he genuinely created a platform that people do use. But like, just with fees, these bots have taken over $1.5 fucking billion out of this fucking market. And the crazy part is, it's not coming back to traders' hands or whatever. It's coming straight.
It's OpenSea.
I mean, OpenSea is doing their job, so they're good.
Yeah, listen, 4 years later. 4 years later.
Farm it.
Yeah, we'll find out what they do for an airdrop. But the point is, OpenSea and Elon are pretty much the exact same thing. They did the absolute MVP for the space in a spot where no one else was doing it. Took out the most amount of liquidity. Like, if you get $1.5 billion out of something, that's the equivalent of being like a $20 billion company for a founder. Because you're never seeing $1.5 billion liquid out of your $20 billion evaluation.
I did want to ask Scotty a question, though. Also, if you guys are just joining us, press that bottom right button, like, comment, retweet, all of that is appreciated. If you guys do have anything you guys want to check out, put it in the comment section. And if you do want to come up and speak, feel free to request. We will be rotating around. But, Scotty, my question to you, though, is do you think after the entrance of creator capital markets, crypto feels more cool to you, brother? Or it feels back in the fucking day where you would see all these like these quote unquote schizos that you've been looking for. I don't know. Are you seeing more of what you like in this space right now?
No, it's in the exact opposite. It attracts the exact type of internet people that I dislike immensely. The screaming, fucking everything's exciting, fucking erratic, overstimulated, retard, brain. Like, oh, God, terrible. Like, the content's so fucking bad.
Wait, Scotty. What do you think it's gonna be like? What do you think it's gonna be like when dumb money enters the space, though?
It's already here. It's already here. You have Raspberry tweeting the A. Charlie Kirk.
Money enters the space, though. Isn't that
It's already here. It's already here. You have Raspberry tweeting the A. Charlie Kirk died about moving Raspberry tweet about what was the tweet?
Yeah, like one criminal should rape the other criminal for such a.
I mean,
Not heard. No, I'm not gonna text you. In fact, I'm not texting you. I'm waiting for you to reply. I'm not texting you another audio message.
What?
Then I guess we'll never text again in the history of texts.
But it never works like that.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm not gonna listen. Not at all. Not even a little bit.
Are you gonna go reply to her 10-minute voice memo?
I did. When I got that 2-minute message, I was like, okay, well, I could go two routes here, right? I could just disregard this and just be like, whatever. I mean, like, I didn't feel like replying to all that. I had something else to tell you. And instead, I was like, no, you know what? Let me go back. So I literally went back and I fucking replied. I actually I took notes. Like, I went back and I was like, man, she did cover a lot in that. So I actually wrote like little things in my notes app. And then I sent her another message and I replied to everything she talked about.
I always take notes when you record an audio.
No,
Okay, but he gets a point for that, Elizabeth. He gets a point for that. He took notes from your voice memo.
First, and
okay, but he learned his lesson. You want a man that's going to learn the lesson, not be perfect the first time around. They just got to learn the lesson. Give him a point. Let him be 2. Let him be a 2.
Second point is is reserved. But yeah, so I actually got your audio the second you sent it, but then I just didn't want to listen to it, so that's why I didn't reply. Now,
Okay.
yeah. Now we can go with the scenario. So have you picked a number or not?
Yes, I did. I picked 25.
Oh, okay, sorry, I just wasn't listening. So, okay, so look what happens, Anka. You need to help me this time, because, let's say that I met a guy, and I fell in love with him, and we are like we're going on dates, like many times, and then he just like ghosts me for like 3 days. He like ghosts me for 3 days, doesn't send me a message. And, I call you and I'm like, I'm having a tantrum, I'm like I'm like you when I didn't talk to you for 10 days, I'm having that level of tantrum. And you're like scared. You're like, oh my God, this woman is crazy. Like, I just need to do something. And I'm telling you that like one of the options that I'm considering right now is to text him first. So let's stop here first. What are you gonna tell me at this point? I'm crying, I'm sobbing, like this is so bad. Like I just really want him to text me first so then I can ghost him, but let's still stop here. So what are you gonna tell me now?
Is this the first time he's ghosted you? Like, how long have you guys been talking, and is this the first time?
Let's say that this is the first time when he ghosted me, but he did something like that in the past when he pulled away, let's say. But he never ghosted me for like 3 days. Just like for 12 hours,
I mean, my initial reaction would be, no, fuck this guy. Like, he's ghosting you, and like, it's not cool. But I've had this happen to me before, and I've done this exact thing. Like, well, what do I do? Like, I go back and look at the text, and it's just like, 2 or 3 texts from me and no reply. And it's been, let's say, a week or more. And what do I do? So I, in that situation, have sent another one, like about something else, though. Didn't say, like, hey, did you get these? And then the person replied back and was like, oh, my God, I was going to reply to these and then got distracted with something else and totally forgot. I'm so sorry. And then went back and like replied to them and replied to the new text. And then told me in the future, if I like don't reply to a text, it's probably because I got busy. Feel free to like text me again and like, say, hey, did you get this or whatever. To where I actually thought, well, okay, like that wasn't a bad answer. Like I respect that. So if you just say fuck this guy at the beginning, maybe you're missing out on just some like.
Right, what's your problem? That's why you have 2 points out of 10. By the way, that's exactly why you have 2 points. So you think that like the reason why he didn't reply to the woman that he potentially likes, well, I think that he's obsessed because what else can I think? So I think that he's obsessed with me. He's in love with me, and he just occasionally forgets about my existence for 3 days, and I have to remind him about that.
I mean, you guys are just dating, right? You're not together. Are you boyfriend and girlfriend?
I don't know, let's say still going on dates, kissing, let's say I'm a modern woman, so we are having sex all the time, just like after the first date, but just not non-committal. So, like just dating, but also not dating.
I mean, that's up to you. You're kind of scorched the earth on things. Like, if you don't want to give them the benefit of the doubt, then don't give them the benefit of the doubt. I mean, you could say, fuck you, and be done with the relationship. That's a valid response. But again, what if they have communication issues? What if they really did? This person that told me that, I believe her. She just got busy. She was busy. She said she was going to reply to me and got distracted and then forgot. So,
Terminal 1 International?
I don't know. It's not a good look. I don't think it's a good thing. I would kind of file that away as like a potential issue. And if it happens again, then yeah, I mean, like you have more of a to stand on, but I don't know about just the first time it happens, you just say fuck you and we're done. But you can if you want.
So when you don't want to reply to someone, but they're kind of, so let's say I find you text with me, you know, and I'm just too much. And you're like, can't she like stop? Like, she's so nice, the spaces are so good, but I'm just tired. And you know, I'm sending you a message, and you're like, I'm gonna reply to it later, or like, I'm not gonna reply to it. And then like 3 days pass, and I like follow up with you. Like, what is the chances that you're gonna say, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I'm just so busy. Feel free to text me one more time if you know I ever do it again, as an excuse to, you know, not.
Yeah. Well, you're right. You're right. So I've gotten your text before, and then like I'll tap into it, and like especially by the kids. If it's a longer audio, then I'll just go mark it as unread, and I'll wait to listen to it later because like I just can't. If it's a shorter one, I might. But like, you know, if we're gonna talk about you and I, then some people, yeah, they would totally use that as an excuse, 100%. That could be a lie. That's why I'm saying set it aside. Like, okay, if you go that route where you're not just saying fuck you to the person and you're gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, then set it aside. But if it happens again, or if it keeps happening, then this is a problem. It's a bigger problem than just them being distracted. Especially if you tell them like, hey, listen, I appreciate a text back. I kind of want that from you. And then they don't do it, then you have more of an issue. But there was that one time where you know, I sent you an audio and maybe you couldn't reply with an audio or whatever it was, and you sent me like a bunch of texts back to back, but it was all like text, not audio. Instead of not replying to them, I sent you another audio and said, I can't reply to every single one of these texts. Like, you should just send me an audio and tell me all this stuff so I can listen to it. But I can't reply to every single one of these. So I personally would go with that route, rather than just not replying at all and ignoring it, and then just sending you an audio and acting like you didn't send any of those.
You answered in a way that even I lost the train of scenario.
Well, you lost the train of scenario because I brought up a touchy subject with you. you probably went into that emotion that you were in because that was a little blip in our existence. And like, you know, I brought it up because you brought it up again. I'm already in this territory with you, right? We're 3 days away. I mean, I'm sure I'll hear it later, but that's why you probably went there instead of listening to what I was saying. But go back to what I said at the beginning. You could either do what you said, fuck off, I'm done with you. That's valid. I wouldn't, if you came and told me you did that, I'd be like, good for you. For you. Setting boundaries right away. Or you can give them the benefit of the doubt and give them a chance to see how it goes. That's also okay.
And like, let's say that, okay, like these friendships, that's like totally excusable if you are, you know, normal. So not me, but like normal. But like, so you said it like dating wise, especially if you're a woman, like that means he's not interested at all. He doesn't chase you, and like he doesn't want to be chased in the relationship. So, what are you gonna tell me about that?
Now that I agree with. Can you guys hear me? Because I have 2 bars. Can you hear me?
We do.
Okay. Now that I agree with 100%. So like. That if we're dating or if we're even getting close to that, like we're talking and stuff like that, if you don't reply to my message, you're not interested. You're just not interested. And I don't like that game where like if you reply, like don't reply, like purposely don't reply too fast because it makes you look too available. I don't like that either. If I'm into you and you send me a message, now I'm not talking about like friendship or stuff like that. I'm talking about like I'm interested in you on a romantic level. I'm going to reply to you damn near instantly or very close to that. So I agree with you there that if you have more of a reason to find an issue with it. But that goes back to how much you want to, how much you like it. I mean, you've given me the craziest scenarios where the girl fucking gets in an argument with me and pulls a knife out
and I tell you I'm done with the girl, and you're like, but you love her and she lives with you. Like, why don't you give so? I mean, like, why does it supply in your situation? You're and you're dating him. Well, give him a chance.
What do you mean give him a chance? You just said that if you're interested romantically, you're never gonna do it. So basically, you thought that's not applicable. But then in my case, yeah, Elizabeth, maybe try one more time.
Well, I'm saying that it's definitely an indication that they're not interested. But you don't like my option of you giving the man another chance. But I'm saying if you don't like that option, why did you provide that option for me when the girl that I was dating, we got in an argument and she pulled out a fucking kitchen knife and was pointing it at me while she was arguing with me?
Very easy. You are 2 out of 10. You cannot, like, you are not gonna get 10 out of 10.
That is not even a number out of 10. If you pull a knife on me while we're arguing, you need to be locked up. You're a fucking psychotic. You don't get anything out of it.
She plays in God and has a nice spot and can communicate, just not
a lot of people believe in God and do fucked up shit. Believing in God does not make you a good person. Okay? The butt thing goes away instantly. Like, no butt is worth my life.
So let's say once I decide to text him and to ask him, like, what's the problem, why you have ghosted me? And he replies to me and he says that basically I ruined the chase because he wants to be the first one to reach out, and if I cannot survive without him for 3 days, then I have attachment issues and I should not be dating. So now I'm crying even more. What are you gonna do? You want me? Yeah.
Then I would tell you, be done with it. He's manipulative. He's fucking crazy. He's gaslighting you. Like, the dude is like, this is not what you want. So, like, ruin the chase. That's absolute bullshit. And then flips it around. So, like, then tries to make it seem like, but you can't go 3 days without him. Now you have attachment issues. I would say get out as soon as possible.
But I love him.
Here we go. See? Like, there's no fucking winning. Now she fucking loves him. Before,
and I'm 9.5 out of 10, not 2 out of 10. So.
Okay. Well, the guy you're dating is less than a 2 out of 10. So I don't care. Like, if I'm your friend and you're asking me, I will tell you I don't give a fuck that you love him. You'll love someone else, okay? You should get out of that. That's not a good relationship to be in.
But why did I pick him? Like, what's wrong with him?
That's something for you and your therapist to talk about. I don't know. Maybe you have past traumas that you haven't healed yet. You know, maybe your inner child is and you're not listening. Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's insanity. Fine. Is it because I gave you 2 out of 10? Or
yeah.
Is there an answer?
Yeah, I take it back. I'm going to message you about this 2 out of 10.
You're going to message about it like in 2 weeks, you know? So
yeah. I'm going to wait, let it build up in my mind. It'll turn into something much bigger than it is now. And then I'll blindside you about it when you least expect it.
Yes, at 2 a.m. You know, you're gonna text me at 2 a.m. I'm gonna say that I don't feel well, and you're gonna completely ignore that fact and just record the 10 minutes audio probably each a.m. But that's alright. Not the first time, so that's fine. All right, such lovely scenario, guys. You know, so much toxicity I was waiting for, and we finally got it. I cannot believe it. So, James, please go ahead. And we had Barbara who had her hand raised, but we lost her. So, yeah, James, please.
Yeah, I don't know. You just went from a 2 out of 10 to a 9.5 out of 10 in like 1 second. I mean, I don't know, did the guy have like a fast surgery or something? You know, that, I mean, that's pretty impressive. There is a dating app called Bumble, and the females text you first. I don't like dating apps at all. But yeah, if the guy's like if the girl's like 9.5 out of 10, if you find her attractive, yeah. Hey. develop the chemistry. Well, but don't do too much back to you though on the first date, because that's might make you a little bit too hyper.
James, are you on Bumble?
Yes, I am, but I don't use that app very often because the whole app is just so terrible. Like I see people probably with like AI created generated images. Like, is this real? Am I looking at a real profile or is this fake? Like you don't know.
But yeah. Sorry, I wanted to switch the topic because I have ADHD. James, like we're gonna get back to this. But James, Crystal, you haven't said anything. I'm planning to change his PFP like yesterday, I think, and you haven't been into space. So, like, I don't know.
Can you hear me? Can you hear
Yeah.
me? Okay. Yeah, no, I love it because it's vintage to me. It's like, oh, this is the PFP that I remember, but forgot about and remembering again, right? Like, because yeah. So I saw it and I was like, oh, this is cool. This is like OG style. You know, I love that purple. I love that purple still being represented. I love the hoodie. Love the sunglasses. It's free. It's giving cool, as the young kids say, right? Giving cool. Yeah. Is that the vision? I picked up my child from school. I have a child now that goes to school. I can't believe that's where I am in life. Also, don't forget about Suave because we had to stand up like 2 hours ago. Yeah, so I just wanted to send that reminder. Clark, you've been a great co-host. And yeah, Clark was like, hold on. I love these men who you have as co-hosts. This is good. You need this. Okay, I'm done.
So Rosita is going to be co-host tomorrow, so, you know. Anyway, yeah, just switch topic. So, James, you were saying about Bumble that you don't like it. Fine, nobody likes it, so that's alright. What was the last time you went on a date from Bumble? No? Okay, that's fine. Okay, so Rosita, please go ahead.
You saw a date. He's messing with.
Yes, like everyone seems to be on a date except me, but I'm like, I'm
so here with you. I'm so here with you.
I mean, Crystal, you not very sure and could find, 0 out of 10. You can work on that and the problem will be resolved.
I don't want the problem resolved. That's not a problem.
I think like I'm, buried myself in the graveyard. Like right now, this joke.
Writing. I have my notes app open, and I'm actually dictating the audio message to you that I'm gonna send after this space.
I do have like shivers, like I literally have shivers because like I have PTSD. So, yeah, that's yeah. Okay, I'm not going.
This is where you're drafting your audio message, like you're saying it, but you're writing an outline.
Yeah, because I'm in this space, like I have so much to say to her privately that I'm starting to write it down so that I don't forget it, and then I can send it after this space.
Especially if I don't reply to the audio, because I have this amazing quality of mine that I like, so I find how much points I'm gonna lose if, let's say, but let's not take friendship. Let's say I'm in love. Let's say I'm in love with Clark. And Clark didn't say hi in the right tone because it's my period time, so I just don't want to talk to him because I'm not in the mood. And let's say that he types me something while I'm hosting space. I see that message because I see all the messages. I see them right away. And let's say that I reply to him and he doesn't reply to me, let's say in 2 minutes. And I feel like, oh my God, this is so horrible. So now I'm waiting for him to reply so I can post him until I come back home and, we figure it out. So how many points am I going to lose for that?
I mean, you're waiting for him to reply just so you can ghost him. That's pretty toxic.
So how many points?
Well, you're at a 6 right now. You lose.
No, I'm 9.5. I'm 9.5.
Oh, you're 9.5, then 2.7.5.
It's still better than 0. Right, so even this is not worse than you did this. I feel better about that. I don't know what we were discussing, like how we
rating, Elizabeth. What do you give me?
comparing to confined 10 out of 10. I mean, I don't know. I can only bash and confine, so it's my toxicity. That's not toxicity. I don't know. It's
no problem.
okay. Some ground. Mm-hmm. Nice. So Visito, we interrupted you, I guess, like 200 times. So please go ahead, say something lovely to us. But I think he didn't start talking yesterday. It was in my head. Sorry. Okay, and go ahead.
Hello?
Yes. Yeah.
So I don't know if it was Suavecito first. Who was first?
No, it's fine.
Okay, I just want to agree to disagree when you confine that games are cool. Like sometimes games are like I'm not gonna text to see what happened, because really when you are into someone 100%, you will just the effort. You will kind of play the game too because you know it's worth it. But at the same time, when you're adult and you have experience, you just don't want to play games like that because that's high school thing. And I think she takes first. You take straight away because you're interested, but then you see the game and that kind of kills the vibe. Eventually, it will be an excuse to create tension, in the future. It's kind of like you building up, you putting a seed, and that plant grows eventually. So you just put the best seed, just reply quick, like just put the effort, Because playing those games, it might work in high school, but how we end it, we don't know. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. And now it's 150 because the inflation and everything. So I take 1 cent. Thank you.
All right. What can I say? That was lovely. And are you still with us or not?
Yeah, I'm eating a protein bar and listening.
Okay, so since 3 days before the period, so I'm still a little bit toxic. So you can actually pick the last number because I feel like I still need to be a little bit of a bitch. So can you please pick a number?
Great. Yeah. Wonderful. Let's go with number 2, Elizabeth.
Okay. So I'm fine. So among all the qualities that you didn't like, which one also mentioned you like least, and you think that will be a good to deal with people?
How quick you are to get upset?
But if I cool down fast, what's the problem?
Well, I was gonna say that you do cool down faster than most people I know that are as quick as you to get upset. However, this creates like so much stress and turmoil. Like in a relationship, so I piss you off, you get pissed off, and like I gotta deal with whatever that means. The way you talk to me, the quick little argument. Then I gotta like stay away from you for either I gotta continue with the fight or I gotta stay away from you for however long it takes. Like you're quick to get back to normal. The quickest I've seen you get back to normal is like 12 hours or so, 12, 14 hours, where I was like, oh, well, this is done. And then like, boom, everything's fine. I'm like, wait, what the fuck happened? So I don't know if it was quicker than that. Like, even if it takes you like a couple hours, like imagine, you're in a relationship, you wake up on a Saturday morning, you guys have a whole day planned, he pisses you off. You get mad, argue for a minute, then what? He's got to like stay away from you for 2 hours. And
the months to initiate, so it's always on the fight. So
okay, but he's existing. That's all he's doing. He's just breathing and talking. But you're 3 days away from your period, so you hate him. You hate everyone. You hate looking at him. So like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he does something or he doesn't. You're just gonna get angry.
And like all the times that I ever had a fight
there's no reason to you. I'm saying it's generally probably no reason. But you, it's for no reason. Anyway, we're just going down this path. You asked me what is my least favorite quality, and it is that you're quick to anger, even if you're then pretty quick to let it go. But if you're quick to anger, you're just gonna keep getting angry about something else, and something else, and it's just.
But you did that. What's the big deal?
Yeah. Well, I mean, how much can someone be burned?
Oh my god. You're already 0 out of 10, so you can never be burned again. Be happy about that.
Isn't it beautiful? I will never be burned again. I mean, that's beautiful. Happiness.
You are? What is it? Guys, a fire burns and there are only what's left. Coals? No?
You know how a forest refertilizes and becomes fruitful and like absolutely thrives is when a fucking fire destroys it. That's when.
That is.
That's why I love fire. It is the fucking truth. I feel like I'm doing a disservice actually by taking myself off the market. I'm doing a disservice. There's someone out there who was probably meant for me that might not ever find me now, and they'll always feel a void in that because like we were actually meant together, but I'm purposely keeping myself away.
You are, I
don't know why and stuff like that.
What's that, Becky?
I'm afraid.
I don't believe in stuff like that. Like, there's not one person, and
I agree. I actually don't believe in that either. I was just saying it's a dissonant thought.
No, but I'm fine to be. But Becky, you said that what you don't believe in? You don't believe in that another person should be lonely, or that another person has a soulmate?
I don't believe in soulmates. I do believe that we're together.
You believe in soulmates? No. A soulmate is 0 out of 10, not 0 out of 10. And but it's not because he's not, he's angry.
Okay, you and your soulmate, you are a 10 out of 10, and he's going to be like co-hosting with you. I can't wait to see it, Elizabeth.
She's not. Please don't.
I just found my soulmate.
Who is
If you
it?
guys have it close by, they're Biscoff ice cream.
Oh my gosh, you need to stop right now. You need to stop right now. I've been talking to Wealthy about Biscoff because, Biscoff has all these different, I didn't know it was just airplane cookies. Right now it's more than that. They have you tried the Biscoff cookie butter? You guys, this is why it's so great.
I've been
cookie butter.
for a year and a half now. Almost 2 years.
You've been what?
I've been hooked on this.
Yeah, it's like that. It's a jar. But did you just say they have ice cream sandwiches?
Ice cream bars, yes.
Right? It's a world. So the flight attendant gave Romeo a pack, like the airplane pack of the Biscoff cookies. It was like 20 packs, which is 40 Biscoff cookies. That's what Romeo got on the plane yesterday from the flight attendant. Elizabeth, do you know what Biscoff cookies are?
I have no idea.
Oh my gosh, they're so good. I'm sorry.
It's fine. All right, so I'm fine. Look what happens in your scenario. So, you fell in love with a woman. She's the love of your life. You're on the market. Well, you're off the market, but you were on the market. So,
For me.
Poor woman. Fine for you. You were 0 out of 10. What's good about you?
Poor me. Why would I give up this life for that?
I don't know. You just, saw a nice spot and she really some guy.
Definitely. Yeah, I was going to say it was probably a really nice butt. That was the only thing.
Exactly. So look what happens. You text her. You text her, hey, beautiful. What are you doing?
What's nice? That would piss you off. That's and send you through the fucking roof. Go ahead.
I mean, what can, if you're gonna say, well, not you, but someone's gonna say, hey, Katie, beautiful, it's gonna be more more painful. So beautiful is at least it's beautiful, you know. So you text her, "Hey, beautiful, what are you doing?" Let's say I'm fine. It's 9 p.m. on a Tuesday night, and and let's say that you're psychotic, so you know her location. You can at home, so you know that this woman does like nothing. Like it's unlikely that she's sleeping because like she has sleep problems. And so the thing is, she replies to you in 3 hours with one word. She replies easy. How are you gonna feel about that?
How long have you been dating her?
That sounds.
How long we've been in a relationship?
What does it change? You're still in love.
Because if you piss me off and we've only been talking for a week, fuck you. Like, I mean, like, if it's
What are you talking about? Like all the romantic interests that you had for the past 1 year that somehow was a part of never ended.
Yeah, but there's always an exception. There's always an exception. But for the most part, if it's too soon and I'm already seeing red flags like that, then it's easier for me to be out.
Your rule relies on exception. So does your rule even exist?
I don't know.
Exactly. No, it doesn't. Because like rules, you need to have some logic behind the rule, and then the exceptions. You cannot just have like the exceptions, and the rule doesn't exist.
Okay, how long have I been with this one?
So you have been with her for 3 months.
3 months. I text her at 9 p.m. on a what night was it? Tuesday night?
Tuesday night. And you checked her location, like on Apple, because she's in your family, whatever. Yeah. And it says that she's at her place.
She replies back with busy?
In 3 hours.
I wouldn't reply to her. Like, so my petty response back would be to completely ignore her text.
But you took 1 point from me because I said that I would do the same. You took like literally 1 point from me, and you say that you're gonna do the same.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to take a point away from me, what's 0 minus 1?
It's -1. I mean, but that you cannot just ghost her.
Absolutely, Elizabeth. You're asking me the question. You can't fucking answer it for me. Hours to respond. So now I took her 3 hours midnight. She's me back busy. I'm not fucking texting her the entire next day. The next text will be from her. She's not getting a text from me. She will not hear from me. I'll go. Let's see. Let's play the fucking endurance game. I'll go 2 days, 3 days. If she texts me busy, let's see how fucking busy you are. I won't fucking text her.
So let's say that today she wakes up and she's like, "Oh, maybe I was too much." So she just replies, like not replies, but she sends an audio, or she calls you, or she texts you, and she pretends as if nothing happened. And like she's in a good mood, and she's like, "Oh my god, I just got my nails today, and I was thinking about and then like you're gonna bring it up like 2 months after in a fight with her. No? Okay. So let's say that you did that. So, I mean, not you did bring it up, but you replied to her like same second, everything is good. And let's say that she does it again in like a few months. And when you confront her, she says that she's just an avoidant and she cannot get too close because she just wants to run away. Like closeness scares her, and she's like, I'm confined. You should understand me better than anyone. You know, you just basically all, you know, like after the relationships that you had, you're also traumatized, so you cannot be mad at me. What are you gonna tell her?
Yeah, but I'm not looking for that anymore, right? I want to be in a relationship, so I'm not being an avoidant, correct? I'm not an avoidant. She is.
Like say some comment. It's like, you know, when your finger is like hurting, you cannot just put a band-aid on it and hope that it's gonna go away. You know?
Yeah, but I'm more asking you in this scenario. Am I still an avoidant who's now in a relationship?
That's why you're 0 out of 10, because you are always an avoidant. So you try to not be an avoidant, but you are an avoidant when you're triggered.
Well, then maybe I'd be like, okay, cool. Like maybe that works for me. She doesn't want to get too close. I don't want to get too close.
But you want, the whole point of being avoidant is that you want closeness. You're just afraid of it.
Well, I'm not afraid. But see, that's the thing. I'm not afraid of closeness. I don't want it. So what does that make me? I'm not afraid to be close with someone. I could be close. I would be great being close to someone. I don't want to be close to someone.
Oh, I feel so toxic today. I feel so good.
I bet you do. This is like you're fucking like Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat, and like my soul is slowly fucking going through your nostrils and into your. Yeah.
I'm gonna take my nasal spray now. It's like so good just to breathe more of it.
You also haven't answered that question. That's all in the audio that you haven't replied to. Anyway, go ahead.
Really? Okay. So I'm gonna reply because after this space I cannot not reply. Like,
I know.
So wait, what did I want to say? Okay, so but you want to be close because that's a scenario. You want to build a relationship, but you're still an avoidant when you're triggered. And she basically says that she's the same, but it hurts you because everything that you want is closeness, and she just runs away from this. So you feel devalidated. Your ego hurts, and your ego is the size of Alaska. I don't know, of any other big state. So what?
It's the size of the old.
No. In third world countries that became independent after USSR collapsed.
Elizabeth, that is fucking rude. That is not okay. Do not call them third world. We don't call them third world countries anymore. We call them emerging economies or developing countries. Okay? Don't be insensitive. Okay?
I'm so dumb. I agree. I'll never do it again.
Okay, thank you. Listen, in this situation, I'd probably communicate. I'd be like, listen, this is not working for me. I understand that you don't want closeness and you're an avoidant. I understand that I have my issues with closeness and I'm also an avoidant. We need to work on this or this is not going to work. So like, we're both in a relationship, which means we are trying to be close and not be avoidant. So we need to communicate better about this. And try to find a way where we can not be like this so that we have, you know, longevity and happiness and all that stuff.
Will you go to therapy with her then?
Of course.
How are you going to be sure that the therapist is neutral? What if the therapist is a woman and she just hates men?
That's not my experience. Every therapist I've had has not like solely taken the woman's side. So I mean, I would have to see what it's like, but I would still prefer. I always prefer women, female therapists over male therapists.
Did they tell you that you're narcissistic too?
No, you're the only person. Well, no, my ex also said that I was narcissistic. So you and my ex are the only ones that have ever called me narcissistic.
I knew the answer to this question, but I just wanted you to say. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? I'm listening to you for 2 hours every day for a year. So maybe I'm right when I was calling him narcissistic.
How good are you gonna sleep tonight, Elizabeth? So good, huh?
So good. I already feel so good. Like I don't remember the last time I felt so good. And looking fine. So I'm not having period for the next 2 days, and then I'm having period for 5 days. So it's basically 7 days.
Okay, yeah, good to know. Trust me, when you texted me this morning, I already marked my calendar, so don't worry. I'm aware. I'm well aware.
Lovely, guys. That was so unnecessary, but anyway. So,
I think this is our 5th period together, Elizabeth. I just wanted to say that I'm celebrating.
That's so sweet, Krishna. I feel like a part of something, of a community, sharing all these intimate details, Anyway, okay, I think that's fine. So let's go to Barbara. So she'll give us some last words before I end the space and record an audio and confine and pretend that I'm a good person. So, Barbara, please go ahead.
Well, I want to first say I'm sorry I was late to the space. I completely spaced it. I'm kind of running on like no sleep. My daughter had a daughter last night. So there's some days.
Oh, wow. Congrats, Barbara. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. We've been waiting since the 3rd of September to have this baby, and she was basically running out of time to have this water birth. So actually, like by midnight, they said, well, we're just going to have to set up an appointment for you to go to the hospital and get induced and, have it like the normal way. But, of course, my daughter is like hell-bent on the water birth because this is the first one went so well. But yeah, it totally, I mean, she came in right under the wire. I mean, it was just perfect. Beautiful, beautiful little girl. And anyways, I just wanted to get that out of the way first and say that that's why I missed the first part of your space. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me for being tardy. And Elizabeth, you and Unconfined are just so like funny to follow and watch because these are scenarios that are actually could potentially be real life scenarios that others go through. One thing I'm learning about this day and age, I'm sorry for saying that, maybe I am dating myself. There wasn't this texting, who's going to text first or anything like that. In fact, to be honest, I think my husband only had a pager, and I think I might have just gotten my cell phone right when we first started meeting. Yeah. I mean, it was back in the day. So, so what I'm trying to say here is I really feel bad for others that are playing these mental games in their head of saying, well, gee, if this person doesn't text me, does that mean that they're not into me? I would say save your guys a lot of that mental bandwidth and just say, hey, if it's meant to be, it's going to happen, and I'm the prize. So if this person chooses not to respond to me or I got the wrong number or something else, just go on with your life, keep working on yourself because the right one will not have an issue if you decide you're going to text them first. I mean, it sounds like this is an elaborate game. Like I'm learning more and more each time I come into your space. Seriously, learning about even Instagram things that people do, the stalking, the hunting, the removing emojis or reactions. I didn't even know any of that stuff was possible, nor did I think someone could actually do a deep dive, investigate, get all like, what is that, Columbo on people's Instagrams, which is kind of cool. I had no idea just because I've not ventured into that area. I haven't really needed to. I know that sounds like a terrible excuse. In terms of being an avoidant, I get accused of being that a lot. And the problem is for me is, and of course I'm not in the dating scene, so that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is if somebody sends me a text or a DM, I just go on with my life. I'm not thinking that I'm going to be in trouble or that I'm in some kind of a trap situation if I don't respond within the first 24 hours. And for anyone in this room that sent me a DM, I do apologize. I get a lot of them. Plus, I'm also, I've got a life and a business and my husband and children, that I'm managing. So please, I would never hold that over anybody's head for not responding to me within 24 hours. But I do understand if you can see their little thought bubble and they're typing and you're waiting for them to respond and you never get the response, that would be hard. So I know that's a lot, but I just want to say, have the mindset of just forgiving the other person and not holding conditions on them because you really don't know what the other person is truly going through, what their home life is, what their mental is. For me, I withdraw when I feel overstimulated. I have to actually go into my cave, so to speak, and just recharge. And it's nothing against anybody else. It's a me problem, 100%. But it's just what it is. And I'm learning this more and more about myself as I'm, discovering more and more I guess in these rooms and hearing other people and doing personality tests and, evaluating truly honestly my characteristics and looking at others' characteristics and going, I would give somebody forgiveness and just give them the olive branch, because the truth is we're all doing the best we can. And if that guy or gal is really meant to be in your life, trust me, they're going to find a way, a reason to get back to you. And I don't know, I think 72 hours is a long time. I agree, but I do get how some people have this, fascinating of, oh, I just met this person, so excited, and you're expecting them to, with bated breath for that text. Just let go of that expectation, because you're really just setting your own self up for a lot of misery, because you just don't know what's going on. That would be my advice to the room. I'm not sure if Becky has shared some mom advice yet either, but I would just say, guys, there's far more good people out there than there are bad with ill intentions. So, just don't put that out there, that you're expecting things to be from a place of ill intentions, because that's no fun, no bueno. But that was what I would say, and I'll release the mic. Thank you.
Barbara, congratulations. I cannot believe you were a co-host yesterday. You came today as a speaker, and you literally, you're a grandma today. So that's crazy. That's all I can say. As an Eastern European, it's very lovely, so very, very good, very great. Okay, I see. So we sit and Eric. So guys, please, let's go to you quickly. So I still have the toxic vibe left, and then we're gonna, close it up, please.
Hey, first and foremost, congratulations. That's a beautiful thing. I'm a grandkid. I don't have any kids yet, but one day hopefully get there. But no, as far as who should text first, I think you get to a certain age and you just don't care about arbitrary rules and regulations. If you're feeling someone's vibe, even if it's not romantic, just you want to hang out again, text them. This arbitrary game people play, who cares? Stop it. You might miss out on a good friendship. You might miss out on a good relationship. You might miss out on somebody that, can really impact your life for the better. Take a chance. Be brave. I think a lot of it has to do with fear of rejection. We don't want to look too, over eager, and then it falls flat, right? And then, that sucks when it happens. But it's everybody. Everyone goes through it. And it's okay. If you don't take that chance, you never know what might come out of it. And as far as being an avoidant, that I understand people have their own reactions and reasons for that. And that's great, and I understand it. Not for me. You know what I mean? Just not my cup of tea. Leave me out of it. I wish you well. Good luck. Yeah. So only two things I want to say about that.
That is partially healthy, so okay, that's fine. So we should accept it. All right, Eric, please.
Lovely. I hope you guys have a beautiful day, you beautiful people, because everything is beautiful. I want to say that no matter what, you're worth it. Even if sometimes you think you're not worth, you fucking worth it, man. And you have someone there in the world that will love you to the end. So just don't worry, it will come to you. Just believe. You gotta believe. And also, rejection is God protection. So don't worry, you get rejected. If you get rejected, that's God telling you this is not for you. And that's it. You'll find it. Love you all.
That was so sweet. That's a perfect way to end space. So, yes, All right, guys. I feel so good at the end of the space. I feel so happy. I feel like I'm gonna have such a lovely sleep. I'm just gonna go to my bed, close my eyes, and be like, oh my god, there is no toxicity in me. It's all out somewhere in California, not with me. So, yeah, anyway. I love you so much. I hope to see you all tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. Please come. I love you all. Have a great day, a great week, a great life. See you soon and bye bye.
Feels he gets bullied on the internet, so he does his shit in a passive aggressive way. He doesn't know how to be direct like a man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, then, Doc, he needs to go. Then he needs to go into the career of being a plumber. He don't need to go into the career of holding a license to manage other people's money, to manage your 82-year-old, to manage your grandparents' money that they worked 70 fucking years. Then he doesn't hold the standard to hold that fucking license. Then that's my whole point. That's my whole fucking point. Because of the things he's done in crypto. And it's not that y'all would say, oh, he's rugged anyone. You don't have to rug anyone, bitch. Just even taking allocation, not disclosing it. Every time you talked about something, there was supposed to be a disclosure. Every time he mentioned stomps, there should have been a disclosure. See, I know what I'm talking about, and he's shaking in his goddamn boots as soon as someone sends him this recording. Every time the word stomp, and actually, I don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. Alchemists don't have to do it. Noble don't have to do it. He's the one that's got the license. He was the one going to get the. That's why Mac deleted his account. Because every time he talked about stomps, legally, he was supposed to tell you as a disclaimer. He was supposed to. I'm being paid by stomps. I'm being paid by stomps. I have received 5,000. I have received 7,000, and in the future, I could be paid even more. And that disclosure's got to be out there for the license he holds. I know the license he holds. My fucking friends hold the goddamn license, so I know, bro. I knew. I could send that shit to one of my fucking friends, and he would say, bro, this fucker guy should not be in our industry. And you just worked your whole ass off, Cass. You delete the goddamn tweet, Cass. That's what you got. You got 10 minutes to delete it, bro. 10 fucking minutes. You delete the goddamn shit because you just worked your ass off and your fucking ass, your career ended before it ever fucking started, bro. And ask Mac if I'm not fucking bullshit. Go ask Mac. Go ask. I can't stand these goddamn pussy ass motherfucking people. You see these from the motherfuckers that end up later in life? Bro, Bernie Madoff was the nicest motherfucker who ever wanted to be. Most of these people that run we know what we're doing here. But grandma, some fucking firefighter, some teacher that's worked 40 years and they put their money with somebody like fucking Cass. Like, bro, he should hold that fucking license. He's talked about stomps. He's got paid to do it. He's got free allocation. And if they knew that, he would not hold that license today. I guarantee you, bro. License today. You held to such a strict ass fucking standard, bro. So guys, everybody in the game fucking
Morning.
Losers, October 21st. So you guys are amputee? Yeah. You guys are amber. Imagine like going to the wrong one. I'm so sad it's not at Danks. Yeah. So are the juniors at Danks? Wait, so what's on at Danks? Is there anything on? It's so annoying. What is he doing? Gradient. Oh, grading would be hard. I just permanently leave it. I'm so happy I was gonna go. I like you definitely. I just need to honestly. I just know. So I'm looking at that's why I was like, see, yeah, that's why I was. And then Lexi. Yeah. Yeah. No. Didn't even know it was on. What is that out there? Yeah. Oh, okay. That's only around the corner anyway. Did you guys do that one? Yeah, James catch it once. And he was messaging me and he was like, surely you're going. And I was like, no. And then he was like, crap. Feels like no place to. I didn't even know like any of these workshops were on. You're like, oh, okay. No, I'm just trying to save my back at the moment. My back is broken. Yeah. Ali, let's send a group chat to the front pages. The health group chat is so bad. It used to be taken down. Dividing. No. No. I don't know that one. Guys, I really want to try and find an Orthodox here. I saw every single time I come to I'm on their YouTube channel. Last time I came, I saw them at Bondi and she was like, "Can I be in their YouTube video?" And I was like, yes. Yeah. Should I say like sometimes, yeah, sometimes you'll just run it, but like it won't be like a proper run, it would just be like a mark through all the answers.
It's inside, yeah.
I think it's down like towards the end of it. It's like just really.
So the main entry is there.
It's not in the shops, it's a dance studio. If you keep going straight, yeah, there should be like another entry to the car park. And then, yeah. I haven't been here since January. I'm so confused. Isn't it? Oh yeah, it's down there, so I don't know if you get out of this car. Oh, cool. It's down that street, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. It looks familiar. Let me search up there. AMPA. Yeah, it's down that street. Yeah.
What is it?
Turn left onto graphics.
So left.
Yeah. Left in here. I'll get us on the way back.
Rider cancelled.
Going down this way. Oh, down there. Oh, yeah. Alright, so it's across the road.
So it's there?
Yeah, just that big building. Yeah. Big building. Okay, no, I'm like scared, guys. Exactly. Yeah, but just like. Oh my god, it's Bella. Okay. Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
He's gone. Yeah, that's him. That's the. But he's gone. Of course he's gonna be gone. He can be gone, dude. Okay, here's what just happened, guys. No, hold on. Oh, he's back. He's back. I still see him in those. Okay. Yeah. But, damn, Doc, I gotta say, your PMP is a little bit disturbing. Bro, I'm telling you, I'm looking at this data like, the new one's better, bro. The new one's better. Don't change it back. What the fuck is that? Oh, booger. Bro, is that really Herman or is that somebody else? Hey, guys. Bro, it's literally dude, what's on her, like, what's below her nose? What is that? Oh, boogie, yeah. Look like somebody crawling. No, not dog. Fucking look. How you making that? You did, yeah. Put a little boogie in it. Shut the fuck up, man. Where is he? Why now all of a sudden DJ's internet don't work all of a sudden? His wife is home. He's gonna try to figure out how to come up on stage. Where's Simpson? What? Sergeant. His name is Sarge, not Sergeant. Yeah. Oh, Sergeant. No, We never heard him but once, you know. Alchemists talk about.
Go G poop, everybody. The poop has more to grow a coin. Let's go.
Oh god. It started as a Polish spaces and now like a bunch of people from around the world is here. Great.
Hello, I'm live from Antarctica. How are you?
Oh my god, really?
I'm from China.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Is it melting? Is it melting?
Yeah, I'm
Oh. With the teddy bears! Oh my god, that's so cool.
They all drink Coca-Cola for some reason. All the
Oh
polar bears.
shit.
They all
some of
fly
them?
around on their butts.
Yeah, they're all expired though, because those were the Coca-Colas from like the 1970s, 1960s.
They're all empty too. I don't think it's half.
Gotta test it out on something.
Yeah.
Shout out old Coca-Cola commercials. Gear triggers. They'll never do They'll never do the ones with Santa again.
Yeah, that's like the OG Santa commercials, right? With like the cheeks, the cheeks on his face.
That reminds me of the M&M commercials with Santa. Those are funny.
Bro, I love how those companies are like commercializing the Christmas and shit. So now like as a like young kid, you're just like, okay, I'm drinking Coca-Cola, I'm like thinking about Christmas. Oh my god. My parents loved me. You know, like the whole like
I remember finding out as a kid that breakfast was a psyop. It was created by this one dude to market like.
Yeah, the cereals. Yeah.
That was insane. Like, imagine me that.
Wait, is that true?
Squirt meals to the side.
Yeah, that's so true. Like the. Yeah, like okay, like I'm not from US, so we didn't have like that kind of like strong impact, let's say. But also like okay, maybe like okay, my parents they didn't, but I already did, like a bit. So in my household, it wasn't like cereals. Like when I was like a little kid, it was just like eggs, and whatever, like an omelet, like a scrambled eggs, orange juice. But then like it started like okay, like I saw like Cartoon Network and like whatever, and I was like, oh, I want the fucking cereals, like the fucking what they're called, like not the
Yeah, I want fucking Apple Jacks and shit, man. They had a fucking Jamaican apple and cinnamon stick. I want that shit. No way. That is so
yeah.
That is real.
But like fuck breakfast. I don't eat breakfast at all right now. Like, fuck that shit.
No, I don't really do it either. I mean, I'll drink a Red Bull.
I drink coffee and I smoke a cigarette.
Then you take a shit. I know.
Yeah.
That's
bro. Jesus Christ. I'll eat a bagel. That's probably like cream cheese or not. Probably just like eat a bagel. I can't do like the whole eggs and sausages and pancakes and like like those like Disney movies where like the dude will walk down like the kid would run downstairs running late for school and like there's like this crazy insane percentages made up and it's just like holy fuck, this is every day or like, there's no context on this breakfast. I think that's what we need. That's what we need. Cheese is like the biggest psyop. What's up? Cheese. It's the biggest psyop.
How is that the biggest psyop?
What do you mean by that?
Hold on, let me hear this.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm like, all ears.
Yo, ching chong mouse. Be careful what you say.
Curry, go ahead. You said, hold on, go ahead.
No, I gotta hear it out. I gotta know what's wrong with that. What is going on with cheese, dude?
No, nothing's wrong with cheese.
Just because
it's just we're not supposed to eat cheese.
We're not.
And we bailed out the farmers back in like the 40s, and we've been selling like poor people cheese from a cave for like the last like 80 years, 70 years. Government cheese is just cheese. It's been like reprocessed over and over to This is what lived on.
Let's check the chain on
I
this
mean, that's
one.
like a
government
What do you
cheese or
American
just like
the paper industry pushed out marijuana back in the 20s. It's the same thing.
Isn't even cheese.
We've had to bail out the farmers, bro. So we bailed out the farmers, bought their dairy. How do you make dairy last? You make it into cheese and you put it in a cold cave. Well, it can only last so long, so you got to break it back down and repurpose it again. It's less cheese, it's less yield, more curd. What do you mean, brother? Did you even have like a cow next to your house when you grew up, or no?
I don't think most people.
That's actually true.
Is that question?
I heard there's like this huge ball of cheese, though. I think this is yes, it's a real thing. Fuck, there's like a
real thing.
Liquid cheese.
He's talking about fromage.
It's a cheese bunker.
So what is that used for?
U.S.
What's that used for?
To store cheese that we bought off farmers in the 50s.
In the 50s?
Oh, fuck. And we give it to schools. Public schools get it. And we still buy it. Like, you guys know that, like, when farmers yield crop, the government has the opportunity to buy it first at their, decided price for certain crops.
Shout out subsidized corn.
Beans and corn.
What are we extrapolating from that?
Just saying, man. It's not a bad
They run the corn industry, man. High fructose corn syrup goes in everything because they incentivize the farmers to grow it,
These
man.
things aren't even foods; they're fillers.
Wolf, you know how you have a hard time shitting?
No,
Yeah, you do. Because you eat too much cheese.
you're insane, bro.
You drink milk.
You know what? I'm gonna go get I'm getting a
piece
piece of cheese out of the fridge right fucking now, just for you. Fuck. I
eat ribeye steaks, and occasionally a stick of celery.
One of these, what is it? A Baby Bell too, motherfucker, with Stitch on the front. There's no way this is bad for me. It has fucking Stitch on it.
I'm not like opposed to cheese. Look, I'm literally from the same county. Hell of a good is the